Man, I really hope this is gonna work. Hold up. Fingers crossed. Let's hope it didn't mess up in between. There we go. Hi, what's up, everybody? Welcome. Welcome to another show. Today we're watching some pretty darn good Koreans fighting it out with none other than the Mexican prodigy. Special himself, of course. We're going to be looking at how they're going to be doing here today. How's everyone feeling? Hope you're feeling pretty darn psyched about the matches that are coming up right here. I guess one of my favorite Protoss are playing right now today. As well as one of my favorite Zergs, as well as one of my favorite Terrans, so I'm hoping for a good day. I really am hoping for a wonderful day. Anyway, if it's not, well then it's going to be an anomaly. It's going to be more rare that it will be a bad day right now than it will be rare that it will be a good day, I suppose, right? With people like these on the bench waiting to play, I'm pretty sure we're going to be having some pretty good games. So I didn't say anything about who was my favorite Protoss. And also, I'm pretty sure Protoss is the plural of Protoss, isn't it? Is it? Protosses? I don't think people say Protosses. If you're saying they're all Protoss, right? They're all Terrans. There's Terrans, but then there's Protoss. I mean... Protossi? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I hope that's not the case, because then I've been saying it wrong my entire life. Anyway, we are in the middle of the Vetoes right now, Special and Stats, both trying to figure out where they want to play exactly, on which maps they want to make a little bit of a game happen. Man, I spent like a good 2 hours today again trying to set up a green screen. I think I finally managed to do it at a reasonable thing. Sometimes here and there it's still going to be a little bit like, I think this right here is still a little bit of a curve or something. I don't know. I think it's still a little bit of green coming on through, but then again, because my overall thing is kind of green, like a light green, kind of blends in pretty okay. Right? Right. I hope so. We'll just deal with it. We'll just deal with it as it is. What's up, Sushi? Also, Doodoo and Roku as well, of course. Overlord Den. Anyone else? Anyone else in the chat? Probably not. Probably not. Not for these players, am I right? What? Man. Oh, boy. Alright, we're still... anticipating the start here of the lobby. Map 1 will be Everdream, it looks like. And I'm not quite sure what the other one will be. Oh, right, we're still picking. Okay, I see. Tammy Chin, Johnny Weston. What's up, my boys? What's up? Here to cheer on Juanito. Juanito with the Dorito. I see, I see. Alright. Seems like a good plan to me. Oh, man. We've been doing this one for a couple of days now, right? This is already the third day of this tournament overall. We could go as we're still kind of waiting. I think I'm going to get invited pretty soon, though, and then we'll quickly do a recap of everything. We'll quickly head on over to the brackets and see what's already happening and what's still to come as well, of course. Let's see. Okay, so Everdream first, Defora second, and the third map will be Eternal. Alright. Alright. Here we go. We're in the lobby. That means we have a little bit of time here. Let's take a look at the thingamajigs. The thingamajigs, which is right over here. We have the group of today, of course, Group C already. We have Cure, Armani, Innovation, and Ragnarok. All these moving on through. A lot of Protoss have fallen to the wayside right now today. Well, in the previous matches. Of course, you know what, against the people they were fighting, well... a lot of these matches were very close as well. I know that Zaun Ragnarok was very tight, and luckily for us, Ragnarok joins Alpha X as well now, so we still have a horse in the race. That's nice. Cure Armani beating Hurricane and Zest. Zest really not having a great time recently, which is kind of a shame. He's always considered to be one of the top dogs, but kind of a lackluster appearance here as well as in some other tournaments very recently. And then Group B over here, of course, Zound doing a pretty good job here and there. Almost taking on Innovation as well with 1 point difference right there. And then 1 point difference away against Ragnarok, which is a bit of a shame. And then afterwards they got 2-0'd. So I suppose that is a 4-1. But hey, they were a pretty tight series. Ragnarok being very aggressive there. Alright, so today, stats special, afterwards Rogue Patience, and we'll get things started. Alright, I know, guys. It's still loading, right? You see, 6 seconds. We missed a whole grand total of 6 seconds. You'll be okay. I'm a professional. I am a professional. If there were SCVs marching across the map, we would have still seen them somewhere about here, or somewhere, I don't know. Probably not here now anymore. But anyway, regardless of all of that, we have in the bottom left side of the map a blue Protoss fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is none other than Stats. And his opponent today, let me build the tension up here a little bit. He's in the top right side. Having a fancy little golden building thing here. Look at that. Is that the new one actually? I think it is, isn't it? Anyway, he's none other than our Mexican. The wild card today, he is from Team Axon Special. Special, a truly unique character in the StarCraft 2 scene. We're very lucky to have this man right here. He's already doing something interesting as well in this match, isn't he? Look at how quick he was with sending that SCV out as well. Didn't want to let the probe get the first hit and make that an equal battle. Trying to keep him out for as long as possible here. He's going to go for the double refinery. And we're going to have to wait and see how Stats is really going to respond to this. He's going for the cybernetic score. Now, sometimes with this, you can kind of see a proxy barracks, right? That is something that we are seeing a lot more recently. Becomes a bit more standard with the proxy. Oh, my dear lord, he actually gets that. Wonderful micro there. And Special saying a little bit of a ha. Yeah, so it's not going to be that. I mean, that would kind of be the first assumption I would make with seeing the regular timing of the other barracks over here as well. It's not going to be the case. It's going to be a quick factory here. And now he's gone back to just 3 boys in the gas. So who knows what he is really planning here. He's still going to go for the command center. Alright. Is this going to be some sort of a Hellion play? We'll have to wait and see. Quick Widow Mines, perhaps. With the drops coming in as well. He's making a reactor, but it's pretty far away removed from the factory. Okay, so still will be the Widow Mines. So maybe this is a really quick Widow Mine build over here I was seeing. Especially because he did skip the Reaper as well, of course. So incredibly quick. Twilight Council now on the way here for Stats. So he's just kind of doing the standard stuff. Oh my dear lord, that was that was close still. The Widowmine revealing himself as well, though. So kind of gives it away here to Stats, unfortunately, in a sense. But we'll have to wait and see if he still has enough to hold this, of course, as well. Guys, thank you for all those follows as well. Roku, ABCEDGASDHHGGGG. Yeah. Mochustia? Mochustia? Is that how you say it? I don't know. Hopefully it's close. Tech lab behind us as well. There's the medevac, so incredibly quick as we can see. The blink's still not even halfway done yet, probably when this is going to be arriving at the base of Stats, or about around that ballpark. He's making a robo facility as well. Perhaps he's under the impression that this could, of course, be something with an armory as well, which wouldn't be that crazy, seeing how quickly he got the 2 gas, and he tried some shenanigans off of the 1 base. So yeah, he is trying to get himself a observer as quickly as possible to kind of help against that, I suppose. Now, there is the burrow. The burrow, ooh, you know what, still getting 3 probes. And gets out of there as well. That's a big deal, of course. Very well. Situation here for Special. A proper situation he has found himself in. Sending out the Liberator 2. Gonna set up the multi-pronged harassment, and then at this, after that, immediately a very quick siege tank push here. That is all facilitated off of the slowing down of the first command center, right? Very interesting stuff overall, and I'm very interested in seeing how well this push is going to be doing overall. If he really is going for it. He's still making a third command center as well. But I am assuming we're going to be having a attack here with those two siege tanks. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Oh, that could be big. Okay, this well gets 4 probes. That's not bad. That's not bad. 8 probes in total. For a Liberator and a Medevac into with a Mind Stone. Was it really worth it? I'm not completely sure. I think the reason why I was anticipating the push with the 2 siege tanks as well was kind of because the Widowmine and the Liberator were both here still to force a lot of the Stalkers backwards, right? Which would provide a pathway of access through the middle of the map for the siege tanks and the Marines to get themselves in a good position. Now, without the Medevac or the Liberator there, of course, Stats' unit's completely freed up once again to move on forwards and try their luck on the other side here. All right, getting a little bit of a blinkage. Surprising a couple of those Marines here. I like that he didn't jump right on top of the high ground, just kind of getting whatever he can. Didn't anticipate the siege tank there, though. Gets the bunker, but in trading for quite a bit of HP and a full stalker there as well. This one Marine did get the scout, the third base. That's some valuable information here as well for Special. Knows that he won't be too far ahead, and that there's not a 2-base attack coming in anytime soon. Just some stalker pressure, which he has to deal with. So it's going to delay moving at third base here a little bit. We'll jump right into that main base here, though, and that is the reactor that does not get cancelled. Still 50 gas, 50 minerals, right? Oh, misses the blink, though. That is a massive mistake. Might get bullied rather hard now inside of this base. He's trying to get as much work done as possible here still. 3 stalkers, of course, still enough to kind of do some damage here onto the SCVs, but oh my god, I can't believe he actually managed to get out of there. That is insane. Oh, well, at least 2 of them. The other one got a little bit cocky there. Paid the piper for staying a bit too long. Right, so in comes the 3rd command center, taking the base right now. Stimpack and combat shield still a bit removed. Don't anticipate any moving out until these upgrades are finished. Well, I mean, really pushing, of course. He might start to push out as it's about to finish up, but I'll have to wait and see if he does. I've been wrong about it before, so I have to keep our mind on that. He's sending another Liberator across the map here as well. Oops. Poor man. What a poor guy. He needs to scan it, so apparently didn't get to see it in time. Really, what was that? It's not that big a force. Definitely something he can handle with the amount of siege tanks he has right here. 3 of them. Alright, in comes this Liberator. Let's see how quick the reaction is of Stats. That's the warping. We'll lose 2 probes. Yeah, it's fine. It's blinking there as well. Yeah. I mean, usually you would want to have a little bit more with a Liberator, right? It's no. Yeah. Oh well. Warp Prism speed on the way here for Stats as well, as I'm really enjoying that. Already has the extended thermal lance, of course. How many Colossi do we have? 3, so should be feeling okay with producing Disruptors pretty soon. Stats being very active with his forces over here in the middle of the map. I'm kind of liking that as well. I'm digging it. I'm not sure if this is him realizing that Special went for a very siege tank orientated composition here, so it's difficult for him to really move out quickly with that, of course. And if he does go for a push, then Stats will know, and he'll be able to force the siege up continuously. We'll go for some sort of a counter attack, of course, as well. Whatever he sees fit. Alright, +2/+2 already on the way here for both these players as well. Very heavy on the upgrades this game. And 4th base is being constructed for both these players at the same time. Really going for the late game here. Special, I'm wondering what he's going to be bringing. A lot of Terrans have been saying that the late game doesn't really favor Terran here, but he does not seem to be scared whatsoever of what the late game will bring for him. It's just ramping up all the production, right? Getting the upgrades, getting the technology right here. He already has the Ghost Academy, right? He doesn't actually. Okay, so that is something that I would anticipate to be added in pretty darn soon as well. Is prioritizing, it looks like, the range, well, the ship upgrades, right? For the weapon upgrade. Alright, there's the Ghost Academy. Now also starting to be a bit proactive on the map here. And Stats does look like he just wants to be a little bit counter-attactive. Buying himself time as well with a massive warp into that main base right here. Picking off quite a couple of the SCVs. Not a whole lot here to defend, of course. Just a handful of Marines and the Marauders. The SCVs really tanking it with their face right here. A lot of them going to go down. And Special is now going to be pressed to really make something happen here across the map. There's 3 Disruptors that are going to buy a whole boatload of time here. Potentially. Or just a straight up victory if he is not careful enough here. Jeez Louise, right, you know what, those Zealots still going strong in this side of the map. It's not that many of them anymore, but of course there is still that War Prism in the top right side. It's just waiting, sitting for a potential another warp in. Special has to be so incredibly careful with this push as well, right? Because of those Disruptors, as long as Stats is paying attention, which, you know what, it's Stats, so we're going to assume that he will. It's going to be very difficult. Oh, comes in here with the Dark Templar. I like that, actually. Could do a little bit of damage before Special realizes, especially with the rest of this attack coming in as well. Okay, Special still gets the scan. Oh, but the Disruptors now having so much impact right here. The Bio wasn't in position to defend against the, well, protect for the siege tanks. And I think that's going to be pretty much it here, guys. I'm not quite sure what else Special still would be able to pull out of his hat right now. Needs to Houdini some stuff real bad right now, but yeah, I'm not sure what you would ever be able to do in this situation anymore. Especially against someone like Stats. After losing that much economy and then losing your army as well. It's kind of a full-on victory there for Blue Protoss, but you know what? Special still hanging on here. Has a good amount of Liberators. Who knows? Maybe they won't get targeted. Alright, there it is. Another Disruptor. Question mark from Special. Being like, wait, what? And yeah, so there you have it. Special having a very interesting opening there. I thought he was going to be a little bit more active in the early game. But for what he had invested in that early game, he really didn't get much done, right? The Widowmine drop and the Liberator both got taken out very quickly. And nothing happened too much on that front. So, made it very difficult for Special to carry on through in the rest of the game there. Stats playing some beautiful stuff. That's right. Stats really showcasing some high-class skill there. And, you know what, I think he's reclaiming the overall throne for being the Protoss Hope here. The Protoss King. The Protoss Emperor. Special... I think Special left the party here. Accidentally. Either accidentally or he was like, you know what, who cares? I'm playing against Stats. It's not gonna work out for me. I don't know. He's probably not like that, right? He knows he can take on some pretty darn good players. Definitely number 1 Protoss right now. Yeah, well, I'm gonna say Estrella still, of course, but yeah, Stats definitely one of the biggest beasts in the market right now of the StarCraft 2 scene. Did Rogue play yet? No, Rogue didn't play yet. He will still be playing after this one, where he's gonna be going up against Patience, of course. Which should be a good one as well. I've you know, in the matches recently, the most recent one actually, it's not been too recent, but the Rogue matches that kind of came to be not that long ago. Strayas here. What's up, my man? What was the saying? Yeah, Rogue. Alright, so Rogue still, of course, he's kind of picking it up again. For a while there, he had a little bit of a downtime, a down period, which is hard to say because he's still like one of the best Zergs overall. But yeah, it felt like it just wasn't really completely all there. Oh well. Oh well. Makes me feel like I should have said art now. I should have said art. Art the the best, the coolest Protoss, of course. Alright. Special versus stats, game number 2. And we'll have to wait and see if Special will be able to get some more stuff sorted for himself here. Let's see. Sound as well, of course. But I get to talk less with Sound because, you know, the language barrier makes it a bit more difficult for me. Alrighty. In the top left side, we have ourselves a blue Protoss fighting for the Afrika Freaks. He is none other than Stats. Bottom right side, as a red Terran player from Mexico. Can he do it? Can he bring himself a victory right here? He is none other than Team Exxon's Special. So yes, that's very early on here with this probe. Is gonna do a proxy as well as a proxy over here for Special. Things are getting weird here, guys. I'm not quite sure if Stats is anticipating something like this from Special, but well, I mean, yeah, it's always difficult to really say what's going to happen in these situations. This is where you just want to like crack open a beer, sit down in a lawn chair, and just be like, all right, well, let's just let it happen, all right? Let's just see what happens. We'll figure it out as it comes, and just hope cross your fingers and hope the player you're cheering for here is going to be winning. Honestly, I wouldn't be upset with either of these players. Stats is an absolute amazing Protoss Special. Like I said, some of my favorites Protoss and my Terrans to watch. So Reaper will be made for Special here. Second, oh no wait, that's the factory. Is he gonna scout this? Oh my dear lord, he just barely doesn't get to scout this as well.
Command center upgrade complete.
Imagine if he scouted that right now. Did he even go into the base of Stats yet? No, he hasn't, so...
Our SCVs are under attack.
Right, gets a little bit dinked up by that Zealot as well. Now needs to be really on top of that Reaper micro. No, cannot afford to fill his Reaper anymore. There we go, get some reasonable probe kills there. The probe in the main base still marching about, of course. And Stats making a Stalker here. We'll be looking to get some work done. Puts the pylon up on the high ground. Will make it more difficult for the factory, of course, to get an add-on. As well as give some high ground vision if necessary. Alright. Another Reaper here on the map for... oh my god, he got the surround on the Stalker here. That's massive. That's not supposed to happen here with a Stalker versus SCV. Stats, oh boy. Oh boy, well, luckily for him, he has 2 more here. The Cyclone needs to get the heck out of that factory, needs to hurry it up. Again, the SCVs are being pulled. It's like, alright, round number 2. But now there's a Zealot as well. That makes things a whole lot more lethal to do this type of stuff. Looks like he will be able to still clean up that Stalker here. Will still be able to clean up the... Oh, dear lord, he did lose the Reaper there. Gets the Zealot, though. 1 Stalker remaining, but the Cyclone should be able to take care of him. Special on 17 workers, Stats on 23. Yeah, I'm not sure. 9 workers lost there, that's a big deal. Pretty sure Stats is feeling pretty comfortable about this one. He's transitioning out into a different type of thing as well. Going for the, well, I say thing, Robotics Facility and Twilight Council here. So there's, you know what, there is a 4 worker difference, and I'd say at this early stage of the game, that is, of course, you know, it can be quite a big difference here. 75, you know what, yeah, 750 there. Just a bit more income for Stats overall. 20%. Is it 20%? It's nuts. It's nuts anyway. It's gonna be quite difficult, I'd say. Perhaps if he just keeps on killing units here. Oh, might lose the Cyclone, alright, but at what cost? Okay, gets all 3 Stalkers. Now, what is here still remaining for stats? There's a single stalker. He only has that one gateway as well to warp in from, so this could start to get a little bit feisty on the side of stats map as well. Alright. 2 stalkers right now. He should be okay with this, right? Micro-wise, should have another warp in pretty soon as that shield battery. I think he's okay. I think he's okay. Doesn't want to lose that Nexus, but I don't think he will. Special needs to watch out not to accidentally lock onto the Nexus here. Definitely needs the lock-ons for the Stalkers. So when you see if he will be able to trade here now. He's just going to move away. A smart move. That's a little bit of hull damage overall, but that's all he's going to be able to get here. The Liberator, the second wave of assault wave is not going to be able to go undetected. And those Stalkers might be able to intercept it, perhaps. Not going to go for it, alright. Still just going to go for that counter aggression here. Has the blink as well. There's already a siege tank full special. That should allow safe passage for the Cyclones here. It is in range as well for this observer, so Stats knows that this is happening right here. Oh, that's a nice lock on there. Nice little bit of micro. 2 Stalkers already in the main base for Stats. Was aware of this Liberator, of course. The Reaper's coming in as well. And he targets the Stalkers there. Will not be able to get some pickups. All while he is still going out and about with those Stalkers in the main base as well. Well, definitely does get a reasonable amount of workers here. 5 workers. Gets himself in the lead once more. Could still all snowball out of control, of course, with the Stalkers rampaging across the map here. Going in and out of the deep, darky Terran waters. Right, gets the Cyclone. There we go. It's once again up to the SCVs. And the SCVs, they are not the greatest at killing of Stalkers in tight, squeezed areas here. Oh, another blink. And I think that's going to be it, guys. This is one hell of an awkward brawl right now. Special, not mining whatsoever. For a short moment in time, it was like, alright, well, he might have this, as he did get the work account back in his favor again, but just too many Stalkers available for Stats here. For Special, really, to get a lot of work done. Gets the Observer, I suppose that's pretty good, but immediately losing the Siege Tank again, and another question mark for Special. And Stats like, ha! It's like, what now? Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Alright. That's it, guys. Stats will take the first game 2-0. And that means we're going to be moving onwards to the second, the second match, Rogue versus Patience. Should be a pretty good one as well, Patience and Rogue. I feel like they should have a pretty close series here. Closer than that one, perhaps. I mean, Stats is really good, but... I mean, Special is really good, but I think Stats is just, you know, like I said a couple of times now, just top dog of the Protoss overall. And, yeah. Alright. We'll let them do the vetoes and wait a little bit. Guys, don't forget about the... Let me see if I can find it real quick. We do have that Matcherino page, of course. Thank you for the follows as well, everybody. Don't distract me now, though. I am going into Matcherino mode, which is right over here. There we go. The Matcherino page, if you want to help us out here, you don't have to pay any money. All you got to do is just quickly type !Matcherino in the chat. Go into the sign-in right here, do the Twitch thingeries, and voila, you'll be logged in. Press contribute, and type 8x500DJ. And I will add 50 cents to the prize pool as soon as you just click contribute right there. It's easy as that. Easy as pie. And you're done. That's all you need to do. That's 50 cents added to the prize pool. If we all do it, if we manage to get all of those codes used up, that means we'll have like 300 extra bucks to the prize pool added here. And I think we still have a little bit way to go. So if you guys would help us out with that one, that would be very much appreciated. Of course, as well, the replay pack is available for 10 bucks. You will be able to get all of these replays, the entire tournament, all 7 grandiose days right here. A, B, C, D. In case you guys forgot the alphabet, and then A, B again. And some playoffs, you know, those aren't unimportant overall. So, yeah. If you don't have the money, if you already did the code, you still want to help out, just tell your friends about what is happening here. Tell them about the overall tournament that is going on. And that should help us out as well. Where did I put my water? There it is. So yeah, that would be good enough already. Let me try to do a little bit of an ad clicker arena here as well. A little bit of an ad break while we wait for the vetoes. Alright guys, let's see if it works. Alright, it works. That would have been a whole lot more awkward if it didn't work, so. Guys in chat, Heroes thinking a Stats won that because of his race. No, Stats is just amazing at the game. He's really good. I'm sorry, I probably should take this off. This channel needs way more publicity. Well, I mean, I would like that. I would very much appreciate it. But it's difficult, man. It's difficult. Not that many people know about us yet, right? A lot of people are familiar with Wardy. They're familiar with GSL, ESL, stuff like that. But not as much us yet. We're trying though. We're bringing good events. We're doing big stuff continuously around the entire overall time. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. That's why, you know, we're hoping you will tell your friends about it, and we'll be able to keep growing like that. Easiest way for us to do it is just people going like, hey boys, what's up? Check this cool channel out. There's some pretty darn amazing games going on right now. At least, well, we hope there will be, because there's some pretty darn amazing players going on. So what happens if I... This just looks weird. This just looks weird, doesn't it? Interesting. Yes, that's one. That's won the first match here. Special not out of this one just yet. I think Special's gonna have a lot of an easier time versus either Rogue or Patience. I do believe that. Stats just a whole different beast. But then again, I think Rogue as well is gonna have an easier time against Stats if he does manage to get there. Which, you know, I'm kind of expecting here for Rogue to take this one, right? Versus Patience, he should be able to do it. Patience, a really good player overall, but Rogue's just one of those staple Zergs from Korea where you're like, right, yeah, Rogue, he's just one of the best. No question. Nobody's gonna question you when you say Rogue, truly one of the best. Wait, the Patreon thing's not working? The Patreon command is not working. Hold up, my man. Hold up. We'll get to it. I need to have a look, actually. Or maybe Sushi can have a look. There we go. There it is. Thank you, Sushi. Thank you. Alright. And thank you, Ryua, for bringing that to everyone's attention as well. Alright. So, we are having a 2-minute break here, it looks like. Requested by Inu, our Korean host. And the only Protoss in top 10. That's what you're reading? It's my opinion, but I think he is the top Protoss in Legulag, right? You mean Stats, is he? Awesome, dude. Awesome. Thank you for the support, Ryua. Is that how you say it? I should not learn how to say it correctly, but you know what? Maybe you're just having fun with me mispronouncing it as well. I hope you are. I hope you can see the humor in all of that. Anyway, within that struggle for me. Do what you want. All right, nice, amazing. just being a nicer and nicer person as we keep going. Alright, so we're checking if the players are ready. It looks like Rogue is here and itching to go, Patience. We'll have to wait a little bit for him. I guess, okay, no, there he is. Fitting his name. Rogue's been ridiculously dependent on matchups recently. Like you look at the Ali Gulak, and he's 80% in ZVP, but 40% in ZVT. I see. Well, yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense. The most recent thing I really casted of Rogue in a ZVT, I believe, was him versus TY. That really comes to mind. And yeah, he got absolutely just wrecked. Just wasn't even... It seemed like a no contest type of thing. Truly, truly disgusting. Alright, anyway. Enough about that. This is an entire different beast, of course, for him. He is the blue Zerg right here from Jin at Green Wings. He is a Rogue. Bottom left side, we have a red Protoss fighting for Team LP. He is none other than Patience. Will he have what it takes to take on the beast of the Zerg race? Somebody that has established himself beforehand as the top dog in the Korean scene. Maybe even a couple of times. At least on the Zerg front of things, right? And then Dark kind of came in and said like, well, hold up here, guys. Wait 1 second. Let me get a go at this this top dog thing. Again. And then it's just kind of between those boys, I'd say, really, as to who's the person in charge. And they're fighting underneath, underling, well, how do you say this? Amongst each other, that's right. Fighting amongst each other as to who will have the crown of the best Zerg. Dark kind of overshadowing him recently, but I feel like Rogue is stepping it up again, getting himself back into it, so that's just a lot of fun to see. Zest also got 5-0'd by Cure. I see, yeah. That was in this tournament, wasn't it? Oh, he only played him once, I believe, so, but he did get kind of slapped around. So there we go. Subbing as well, Ryua. Thank you for that one. Much appreciated. Okay, so yeah, what's happening in this game so far is nothing short of the nice and standard stuff. So I guess we're gonna relax a little bit longer. Just gonna unwind a little bit longer, read some more chat. There we go. Yeah, Zest. Honestly, I don't know what is up with Zest recently, but it just seems like he's not doing all that well. I know he's inconsistent overall as a player, but it feels like recently he's just kind of, unfortunately, been more prone to being, you know, losing instead of winning. Like, I'm so used to seeing Zest just be able to take anyone on at any time. But, yeah, it just seems, I don't know what it is. Maybe he's just not been able to practice as much. Maybe it's just like, you know what, the weather's getting too hot for him. Who knows? Maybe something else happens. Or maybe he's just having a bad time overall, right? That could happen too. But yeah, it's just not been really working out for him. Overlord? Overlord? Ooh, what? Oh man. Now you're close. That was a hairy situation all of a sudden, wasn't it? We jump over, not really expecting much, and then suddenly it's like this pivotal moment in the game. Is Rogue gonna get massively supply blocked, or isn't he? It got down to one shot right there. Pretty nuts. Okay, so Adept Glaive attack will be the choice here for Patience. Of course, this Overlord right here, not really gonna be in this state where he'll be able to do his scouting. Rogue, maybe the other Overlords will be able to get in there. It's got the Watchtowers here, so that is nice, of course. And down goes that Overlord. So he does know about the Warpers and timing, which is nice. He is kind of prepping for it, right? He's getting the Roach Warren. He's got a good amount of drones. 44. That's reasonable. He's got a good amount of Queens, Zerglings. I'm pretty sure he should be okay against what is coming his way, of course, but A little bit of a misclick with the micro here and that could, of course, still ruin it all for him. But let's assume that's not gonna happen, alright? Let's assume that's not gonna happen. And just kind of take this as it will happen. So... Rogue just kind of beefing up his defenses here. Should be going back into droning relatively quickly. Maybe after he gets a little bit of a committal here from those adapts. Look at the amount of Zerglings there are here. He's really trying to hide those Zerglings a little bit as well and then jump on the adapts last moment. Oh, getting a couple of workers here. That's nice. 4 of them so far. Splitting some off. That's what you need to do. That's the micro, you know what? Making it harder for Rogue not to make any mistakes, of course. And 4 workers, you know what? It's not what you're really looking for, but it has put him ahead on the overall worker count. He's making Immortals though and more gateways here, so I'm not quite sure if he's just planning to go for a massive follow-up attack with this later on. Okay, no. He is going for the Nexus right here. That glaive's so hot right now. Yeah, a bit too hot if you ask me, but hey. Alright, there come the sentries and the Immortal. It is one of those things which, you know what, at some point we're gonna have to figure out something else as well that Brodels can do against the Zerg, right? Because now, Zergs are just prepping for it blinded. Right? They're like they don't even need to scout as much. Look at the amount of scouting that Rogue got done. Nothing. That's literally nothing. And yeah, he's still pretty. He was still pretty much prepared for this. Now, this is the follow-up I was talking about. This could still be a, you know, this could still do a bit here. Only 3 Ravagers available to circumvent those force fields. That's not too many. So this base definitely in a bit of a problem area here. Might go down if Rogue's not on top of things. Right, there's a couple of force fields coming down as well. But yeah, that base definitely gonna fall here. I would be surprised. Wait a moment, he's moving away. Patience. Okay, he's just staying true to his name right here. He knows he just needs to play this well, needs the force fields to be good. And he should be able to take this one. He's actually going to continue onwards fighting with the army. Perhaps he felt like he just wanted to keep the fight going. And maybe if he killed the hatchery, Rogue would feel comfortable enough to stop being here. Well. Alright, well, here we go. Continuing onwards. I'm seeing the army supply getting rather equal here. Which is always scary for the Zerg player. The Queen's coming into play now as well. Just such little HP remaining on that hatchery. It really feels like we just need to have a quick attack here. And you know what? The Adapt's doing a lot of work. Adapt's now in this base as well. They are going absolutely ham. Patience is pulling Rogue apart right now. He's doing so very nicely. Keeping this hatchery alive to the bare minimum. He knows he'll get it. Just doesn't want to fight with the Broodlings and the rest of the army of Rogue there as well. Unless if he knows for sure he will be able to beat it. And that's exactly what he does. So not only getting the hatchery, but also getting so much value in trading. Got to command Patience there for a very well played fight. And I think that is going to be it here. I'm not sure how you're going to be recovering here. Oh, that's just... Oh, interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can ever recover from this, guys. 46 army supply versus 32, but your 20 works versus 45, so yeah, that's a bit too much, in my opinion. If Rogue wins this game, you'll be amazed. Well, I mean, me too. Me too. At this point, you know what? Some people might say, well, if anyone can do it, it's gotta be Rogue. And you know what? In some case, that is true. But that would also be like, if he could do it, he would need to play against like a Platinum player at this point, I suppose. And I don't think Patience gonna have the, you know, just problems in the head to have that occur. Look at that. It's just the depths right now fighting against the roaches and not having too much trouble with them. Where are they? Well, force field on the ramp. Yep, there it is. Okay. Yeah, this game has been over for a while here now. Unfortunately. Rogue's still trying, but yeah, there it is. GG. And that's going to be the first game going into Patience's favor. Not as I expected, but you know, it's good to see. Good to see Patience in a pretty strong mood, it looks like. Had a very cool attack there, honestly. The follow-up with the Immortals and the Sentries there kind of reminded me of old Protoss vs. Zerg, where there always was the Sentry Immortal push. Now being accompanied, or well, being sustained with the initial Adept stuff. Very powerful, it looks like. And maybe something like this would, of course, be to the benefit to the Protoss, figuring out multiple scenarios as to how you get yourself away from just the Adept pressure. Right? He wasn't really getting much done with them. Really not getting any damage done with them, but still having some sort of a follow-up, which could still do something, even if he didn't do too much damage, right? Whether that be the Immortal Sentry, which I think might be the best one, or, I don't know. I'm just gonna say something crazy. Disruptors. Double Stargate Phoenix. I don't know. Probably not the best Stargates, actually, Phoenix, in that situation. I think you're just gonna get a... Well, Link Flood would not work that well, because you have the Adept Glaive already. Huh. I don't know. I'm not that good at the game myself. Don't play enough. But yeah, it definitely seems like that could be something very strong for Protoss to mix in as well. To sometimes just be like, you know what we should do? We should just make Sentries and Immortals now, after the Adepts. Let's just go ahead with that one. And make it work. Make it work. You're mid-masters with all races, and I find it's just purely Protoss players' mentality. Maybe. It's rough. It is rough. Like, you look at some other Protoss, right? Protoss that are still trying some new things and, you know, just kind of innovating. And then sometimes you look at... Maybe this is the problem for Zest as well, right? Like, I think everybody copied his builds so much to the point where everybody, all they were practicing against were those two builds from Zest, right? Whether it be the Blinkstalkers versus Terran, or whether it be the Adept Glaive versus Zerg. That was his jam. He was the best Protoss for a while. Everybody was copying him. And look at where we're at right now. Everybody's practiced against it a gazillion times. They're doing very well against it. And people are still kind of in the mindset of, you know what, this is what we need to do to make it work. And, I think that some Protoss that don't necessarily stick too much to that overall build, they tend to have a bit more success right now because people are less prepared against it. They are less in that rhythm of the game. It requires them a bit more figuring out during the game itself to really get the ball rolling in their favor. And yeah, it might be a good reason actually why Zest is struggling now so much. Alright, so, did I introduce these guys already? I don't think I did. In the top right side, we have the blue Zerg fighting for Jin Green Wings. He is Rogue. Going for a very quick third hatchery right here. Greedy. Alright, in the bottom left side, his opponent. 1 point on the board already. He is Team LP's Red Protoss. He is Patience. But, yeah, it is definitely interesting. It is definitely interesting. I don't think people need to jump to the conclusion of balance too quickly in games like this, you know what? It's the natural thing. It's the... You know, we're prone to do that as human beings, right? It's the same with... Maybe this sounds like a bit far stretch, but a little bit like religion as well. You know, the older religions, in a sense, in particular, just so I don't really... go too deep into the deep end here, but you know what? People were like, you know what? There must be a. Why are there stars in the sky? You know, there must be signs from gods or something, like, right? It was the easier answer to a question, and people were more easily prone to just kind of, you know what? We're prone to try and figure things out. And if our brain's like, here's an easy answer, we're very easily to kind of be under the assumption, all right, this is it, you know. And then you need to continuously doubt those overall instincts, especially in a game of StarCraft 2, where so much can happen and so many variations of everything can happen that it's. You know, it's kind of impossible to kind of look at a game, even if over a span of like 20, 50 games, you know what? Or even maybe like 3 to 4 entire tournaments, right? Yeah, it's impossible to really get a full glimpse of the overall possibilities of the game and in the current state it is in right now. Well, this is nice. Patience doing something interesting here as well, actually, guys, before we get too far off the beating path. There is the Dark Shrine and the Adept Glaives going down. We're not having the Robo supporting this, which is why we had the pylon over here with the gateway. So this is actually a really big deal if this gets taken out, and it looks like it just might. The probe comes back around here, wants to put down another pylon here, gets 2 of them down actually, so that's a little bit of an investment here to sustain this this point of entry for his offensive. And Rogue, you know what, he sees this coming in, already sending out links the other way around. I thought for a moment he was going to try to snipe the pylons whenever Patience moving inwards, but instead he's just going to go for the counter-offensive, which will allow him to see a little bit of a shimmer there. I'm not sure if he completely saw that, though. We're not seeing Spore Crawlers being made quite yet, so who knows? He really desperately wants to get in here. He wants to know the reason why there's no Robo. And only now starting the lay attack. That coming in right now. 3 Dark Templars here. There's 1 Spore in the main. The Spore on the natural. Not quite done just yet. There's a Spore in the 3rd, though. Oh, look at these queens blocking. Look at the queens sacrificing their lives for the little egg that still needs to hatch. And here in the wild, you see the beautiful queens attempting to save their little baby, still an infant in the womb. Right, that was nice. That was beautiful. Great defense there by Rogue, not taking any damage whatsoever. Alright, Plan B. Plan B, Patience. Plan B worked out very nicely the previous time because he didn't really take too much damage with the attack, right? The Adepts never really died. This time around, though, he lost 2 Dark Templar, he lost 5 Adepts, he lost a Stalker, he lost 3 Pylons. It's a completely different situation here. He's in no place anymore to provide that pressure overall on Rogue either. So Rogue's just very free to move out and about on this map right here. Already in position as well to hold off against this Warp Prison. And Patience, I'm not sure what you do as Patience in this situation. I suppose it looks like he's just planning to do a big attack here off of the 2 base still and try to finish it off that way. Kind of like he did in the first game, but yeah, I don't see it work this time around. I highly doubt that this will turn out the same way. Right, moving out right now. Rogue once again starts poking here. We'll be able to take out this wall relatively quickly. And there's no situation for Patience to move around again. He cannot afford to move backwards and have Rogue buy even more time for himself. But even now already, it seems like he has had more than enough time to prepare every little bit of defense that he needs to. And GG is called. There we go. Rogue ties up the series. Woo! Yeah, nice. Alright, Rogue might turn this one around again. To be fair, I think that was probably you know what, a little bit fortunate as well. Getting the scout on that pylon with the gateway, that was massive. That was maybe just already irredeemable damage right then and there. That delayed that push by so much time that you saw how close those Spore Crawlers were to finishing up. If those Dark Templars were, like, warped in halfway across the map already, I think that game looks entirely different. Of course, as well as Rogue might just still be a little bit more under the impression that it is going to be regular Adept pressure. And we'll have to wait and see. Wish me some late game PvZ. I'm not sure if there will be too much late game PvZ, unfortunately. Just kind of as how the late game PvZ is working out usually for the Protoss right now. And it is difficult still. Like the late game is still, it just still feels very strong for the Zerg overall. It's not unbeatable, but versus a player like Rogue, that's a rough situation you're going to be forcing yourself into. But you wish, yeah. Me too. We still might have, of course, I mean, stats. I think if anyone can really do it right, it's going to be stats. We see it from Estrella a lot, which is why he's, you know, one of my favorite players just to watch. Just, I'm not even completely certain as to what exactly he does differently. It definitely requires a bit more overall analyzing, but he's very active with gateway units all over the map. He abuses the mobility of the Protoss in a sense. And I think that's kind of the way that Protoss need to go. Right? A little bit away from the death ball and a bit more towards the overall, well, I'm just going to slap you out and about. If you try to take too many bases, you're going to not be able to defend all of them anymore. But yeah, we're not quite there yet. Oh, wait, I need to leave the lobby here. Alright, there we are. Whew. So yeah. There is a possibility. It's just not quite been figured out yet, I think. I think it just needs to be a little bit more adjusted and a little bit more calculated. And then, you know what, we might see eventually Zergs figuring other stuff out again, but hey. How about the new overcharge? This might change the dynamic of Protoss expansions. That's true. Yeah. It's true. But yeah. In the late game, though, I mean, the overcharge, it's nice, but because you only have one of them, I feel like in the late game it doesn't really carry on through that much anymore. It's almost like, you know what, it just feels more of like an early game type of thing. I suppose in like some situations, right, if you still have a pretty good defense already, it might help out quite a bit. But yeah, I don't know. Like, just if you, because what type of harassment do you really get from Zergs at those types of moments, right? It's going to be usually a lot of banelings rolling in. And the shield battery already doesn't do that much. Overcharge doesn't really add that much for the defense of banelings either. Because it's so much burst damage that you don't really have the time to make use of it that much. But it's rough. It's just it's rough. Yeah, I think my take on it, I could be wrong on this, of course, but I don't think it helps out too much. Maybe it helps out against Zerglings, stuff like that, but Snore, thank you for the follow as well. As well as Saber ZCL and Sec 006 Nestor LN. Yeah, I think I did the other ones already, right? Shoutouts. Anyway, if I haven't, tell me in chat and I'll shout you out another time. Thank you so much for following. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying the StarCraft 2 overall. And, well, we're going to be going on, of course, for a little bit longer here. Lucky us, lucky us. And it will be another match here, first and foremost. A game number 3 between the Blue Zerg in the top left sides, Jenna Green Wings Rogue. Fighting against the Red Protoss right here. Team LP's... Well, one of them... Is this their best player? I'm not completely certain. Who else is on Team LP? Anyway, he is Patience. It's one of their best, anyway. Patience really picking up the game as well again. A quick third and defended versus Zerg? Maybe. The wrong person to ask, honestly. I think. This is territory where I'm like, I don't feel comfortable. I wouldn't know. I would need to see people try it and kind of see the potential responses to it. It still feels like it would be open to abuse. Anyway. Alright. Cybercore. And then, I wonder as well, like, what if you do get that quicker third base, I suppose you will be set up in a nice position for, like, a little bit of the mid-game to the early late game, right? You might arrive at max supply a little bit sooner, so you're gonna be a bit more prepped, but overall, like, the army compositions, they wouldn't change that much, right? You'd still be at 200, so I'm not sure if that would help the late game that much, unless if you already do damage, of course, in the mid game and solidify some sort of an advantage by having the earlier third base economy. Right, anyway, there's a little bit of a mix-up here. I think Patience misclicked the Twilight Council and accidentally threw down a Stargate. Interesting. Of carriers for Tempest? I don't know exactly. I don't know. That would be still then kind of the Deathball army of the Protoss. I would like to see just a bit more of the all over the place Protoss, right? The multi-pronged harassment style be a thing. Mothership yoinks in PvZ should be illegal. Yeah, well, that's it. That is a rough one, honestly. That is true. But then again, also I think that Zerg have just gotten so good at yoinking things that it just becomes a little bit rough overall, right? People already I have to put in a little bit of effort there. Having their overseers not die off, and then putting the Vipes in a good position so that they don't get feedbacked or shot by Tempest, and then also having the rest of the army there at the same time to take out the Mothership. I don't know. Maybe that's just me who's struggling with that. It's probably just me. Alright, that's the first initial Oracle. Rogue not really anticipated this, it looks like. 3 worker kills immediately taking place. Second Oracle on the way as well. Getting those Phoenix afterwards. And a reasonable quick third Nexus here. Nice and early. So, you know what? 3 kills. Not the best, of course. Still want to have a bit more to solidify a good position here for yourself, but seems to be okay. Only a single Stargate so far. Will get himself the Forge as well for the ground weapons upgrade. Wondering what his exact plan will be with that one. The timing of that Oracle, it hits at 4:15. This was at 4. Ah, interesting. Was it the Populas helping them out? getting there a little bit quicker. Yeah. I don't know. If you want to figure out Patience's builds here, you know what you should do? Probably get yourself a replay pack. get all this lovely stuff figured out. There we go. There's 3 queens here with the Spore Crawler. The Oracle's not really going to be able to get too much done anymore. Still a couple of Overlords out and about, right? There's one over here, some a little bit forwards over here. So maybe if we do keep... actually, he stopped making Phoenixes altogether. He just made a single one here. It's kind of interesting too, all on its own. Usually you do kind of see a little bit of a Phoenix hit squad to facilitate the help here. Or at least get rid of all those things. This is awkward. This is... What's he doing? He's just making hallucinated Colossus and Disruptors. Is Rogue seriously being like, you know what? This is a nice pick-off. This is gonna be... Alright, well, that's a surprise. That's weird. That felt off. That felt off to me. Oh, losing an Oracle as well. Patience. Might lose another one. There's no Spore in the natural, but there's like 5 queens sprawling around, so... Yeesh. Disgusting. Did he Scott Aspire? Yes, he did. So yeah, that is true. That is indeed good. That is a very nice thing, actually, in fact. He's going to restart the Phoenix production overall. Good call there. Getting himself a fleet beacon as well as another Stargate, but was it too late? Doesn't have blink just quite yet, so a good possibility that he might take a couple more probe kills before this is all said and done. Especially if these Mutalisks get on top of the Phoenix. Oh, but the shield battery's really helping out this time. Look at that. Really doing a good job with those protecting those Phoenixes, keeping them alive. And forcing the Mutalisk elsewhere. Still more Mutalisks are being created here by Rogue, though. I gotta say, I always love the Mutalisk style. Always feels a little bit dirty, but you know what? I like to get dirty sometimes. I don't know why I started saying that with an Australian accent. Or well, what I think would be an Australian accent if I knew how one sounded. 5 probes in total so far. These Phoenixes there, you know what, not plentiful in number just quite yet to really keep these Mutalisks at bay. Zergling run by, not really getting too much done, but it looks like he might be able to get them in with the help of those Mutalisks. You know, didn't even need them anymore. The stocks moved away here, and now Zerglings are absolutely everywhere. Crawling into all the tiny Protoss crevices of the base. It's, you know what, it's pretty good cleanup here by Patience, right? Not too much damage was taken there. But the Phoenix is still not quite numerous enough against these against the Mutalisk numbers. Now he's taking damage on that 3rd base. Did he restart the fleet beacon? Did that get killed? Did he lose the fleet beacon, actually? Yeah, he did. Alright, so that's a big pick-off, actually. That means he will not have the Phoenix range upgrade for quite a while. And losing the Nexus now as well. This is just starting to snowball, isn't it? These Mutalisks just have not been dying off at all, and they've just non-stop really been on top of this base. It's very impressive, actually, how much he's doing with these Mutalisks. This is just non-stop, really, isn't it? Alright, Rogue coming in again. More Zerglings here, trying to cause a bit of a diversion. Just a couple of Zealots will be warped in, though. Trying to gain more ground once again for these Mutalisks to play with. And again, another wave of Zerglings. This is just kind of his 1-2 punch right now as he's taking the rest of the map, right? Behind this, he's on 5 bases right now, guys. He's allowed to not trade out as efficiently as he needs to, since his 5 base was 2 base mining. And yeah, that's going to be it, I think. Pretty certain with those Phoenixes all going to go down. Rogue is taking it. Very well played there. And Patience, the dot, he was Probably got his hopes up a little bit after that first one. And there we go. GG. Rogue takes the series after all. Very well played by him. Yellow Liberal Simp. Thank you for that follow. Also, Snore95. Thank you as well for joining us here today. And yeah, that means we're gonna go into the winners match, which will be Rogue versus Stats, and we'll have to wait and see what type of stuff Stats is willing to throw out versus these Zergs these days. All right. Okay, Alpha X. That's right. That's right. Okay. Ooh. Is that a... Wait, hold up one moment. Is that a Boigerling I see right there? Thank you for the follow as well. Alright, let me do a quick little side note thing here, guys, just to make sure that we have every base covered of the stream. 1 second. Prepping some stuff here. Just while we're doing the ads, of course, as well. I think somebody else was already on top of it. Anyway, guys, I wanna just mention real quick one of our sponsors. Without them, of course, we would not be here without those sponsors. So let me talk to you about G Fuel. All right, G Fuel is a is a lovely sponsor. They help out a ton of esports and everything like that. Overall, they are the official drink of esports after all. And the new flavor is in. It's the bubblegum. Take a trip down flavor memory lane. And this is the way to do it, of course. Back to our childhood. Will you be teleported immediately? And yeah, it's their newest mind-blowing concoction with 0 sugar and packed antioxidants and vitamins. Be transported back in time, and all while getting all your energy and focus that you've come to expect of the G Fuel products. Check out their sponsor quests on the event page of Matcherino, or find more info on how to get your hands on the G Fuel's nostalgic take on the time-tested favorite. G Fuel, the bubblegum flavor extravaganza. You don't have to keep chewing it because it is a liquid afterwards. So that's nice, right? Remember that, everybody, always swallowing their bubble gum accidentally, continuously. That was me. That was me in a nutshell. I'm pretty sure I still have like a good clump of just bubble gum just somewhere in my stomach, trying to just be digested forever. Right. But yeah, you don't have that problem with this, so that's nice. Just passes on through. 7 years later, that's right. That's how long it takes. Well, yeah, probably still a good brick. A good full brick of bubblegum. Alright, they're doing the vetoes right now. Stats and Rogue on the way. We'll have to wait a little bit here, of course. Oof, man. Alright. That series, though, that was pretty tight. I got a little bit worried. I won't lie. I got a little bit worried for Rogue. I thought after that first game, I was like, well, is he really back in shape? Is he really? But yeah, just didn't really quite see the follow-up attack of the Adepts, which was a pretty cool one, honestly. Makes you wonder what would have happened if Patience went for it again. Very much would have liked to see that, actually, in a way, right? Because then we would have seen the adjustments that Rogue would make mid-game. One of those veteran players is always fun to see them adjust mid-series after experiencing one thing and then going into something else. Alright, anyway, regardless of all of that, we are on a 1-minute break. So, you know what? I'm going to quickly run to the toilet. I'll be right back. You know what? I'll put you guys on the lobby screen just in case something interesting happens. There you go. Alright. I'm back. Doesn't look like there was anything interesting, right? What a shame. What a shame. Oh well. Let's hop on into it, boys. Let's see these games of StarCraft 2. In the bottom left side, there's the blue Zerg. Jina Green Wings. He is, you know him. This boy, right here. He's not a warrior, he's not a priest, he's a rogue. Top right side, we have ourselves a red Protoss. He's not a graph. He's not a, he's not a pie. He's not a chart. He's stats. From Africa Freaks. The Africa Freak stats. I think honestly, this one here, I'm kind of getting my hopes up for Stats vs Rogue. I truly think that this one could be pretty darn solid. We'll have to wait and see though if Stats ramps up that aggression, or even Rogue, of course. Rogue also one of those players that sometimes just suddenly throws out some big attack with the Ravagers, the Roaches. Incorporates the Nidus Worm now and again as well. Especially in online cups where it's kind of like, you know what? Yeah, let's do it. This isn't a career making or breaking kind of tournament anyway, right? So, yeah, let's just do it. let's just do a little Nidus here. Maybe you won't see it. And sometimes he wins, sometimes he doesn't. Anyway, we'll have to wait and see if that is going to be the case after all anyway, right? Well, that's once again a very quick hatchery here. Similar build as what we saw from him in the match versus Patience. I believe it was the second game on Roman Ice. Freaks versus Jina, that's right. Oh, that's pretty cool. Honestly, those teams are right now, I mean, is Jina Greenwing still the most badass team right now? The Freak Freaks, they are getting stacked, dude. They have TY, they have Stats, they have Sue, they have DRG. They have what's the other guy again? It's nuts. Dragon Phoenix Gaming too, Dark Parting Cure, yeah, that's actually a good point too. Alive? Is Alive also on Africa Freaks? Is he? Could be. I think so. It's the Zerg. Which Zerg was it again? The other Zerg. Armani? Armani, that's right. Came back to me. Armani is the other Zerg on Africa Freaks. He's listed still in the... oh, that's pretty cool. Well, to be fair, a lot of the Koreans right now that do a lot of the thingamajigs. When is Alpha X getting stacked? Jeez, man, what do you mean? We're already stacked. We're the most stacked team around. That's why the entire GSL is filled up to the brim with our players. What was the saying? I don't know. Let's just talk about something else. You know that ice cream in Korean is actually still called ice cream? Also pizza. Pizza is also called pizza in Korea, so... You know what, the easiest thing to order probably would be ice cream pizza in Korea, so... There you go. There you have it. The radio is still called radio. Nice, that's a good one too. How do they say it though? Radio. I bet they don't pronounce it that way. Well, here we go. Here we go. Guys, are you ready for this? Are you mentally prepared for the total and utter destruction that might or might not occur? I like the War Prism in the main base, but unfortunately it does get scouted by the Overlord, so not much success is found right over there. The Adepts, they're coming in right now. Okay, the Zerglings are getting on top of them. But the Shades are going to get in a reasonable position over here as well, actually. Oh, this might get a little bit hairy. We'll be able to sufficiently trade in the main base. That's going to cause quite a ruckus here in the rest of the bases as well. Of course, a lot of Zerglings now moving towards that position. The Spore Crawler attempting to take on the War Prism. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. Where's the forces of Rogue? Rogue not having too much right now. And Stats is, he's doing a lot of damage. It is definitely ticking up right now for him. Look at that. We'll be able to zoom away again once more onto another worker. Line is targeting rather nicely as well. Might be able to get one or two more. Where's the other Adepts? Okay, well, more Adepts actually. There we go. Starting really to mess up the economy of Rogue here. 29 workers. Are you kidding me? How many workers in total is that? That's okay. Still 16 workers in total killed. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say, you know what, that was pretty darn solid. That did what it needed to do. Now, all he needs to do is, well, either keep on that pressure so that it becomes very difficult for Rogue to drone back up again without any repercussions, or he's gonna have to hold on to some sort of a counter-attack, all while just taking a third base. He does have the extra money now, I suppose, right? Has more than enough money right now to expend a little bit here, while still being safe against both those other options that Rogue really has available to him right now. It looks like he will be attempting to go for just massively restocking up on drones right here. It's already back up to 49, which, you know what, is a stark difference of what we saw before. Of course, can always still kind of slide back into a pit of despair as soon as some big Protoss forces move across the map here. You know what? Sentries, Immortals. Remember those, Rogue? Remember those, Rogue? Another game number 1 with Sentries and Immortals. Attempting not to let these Zerglings escape. Stats being quite a baller. Look at that force field, beautifully done. Really doesn't want to let any of those just do their own thing. Ooh, almost kills off his own assimilator, but keeps it safe. All right, so yeah, that's a wonderful trade overall. Worker count still kind of equal, right? Base count equal as well. It's just all to the benefit of the Protoss player in this situation. Let's see how he'll be able to carry himself through to the next part of this game. He's making the Templar Archives. Getting a couple more gateways here. Blink upgrades. Just the regular upgrades. Good stuff. Good stuff. Has me a little bit worried overall, right? Rogue. I mean, his army supplies okay. And his drone count is getting a little bit back up there again. I wonder if Stats had the opportunity... Oh my god, that got close. I wonder if Stats had the opportunity to force out a couple more army units instead of drones there by being a bit more active on the map with the Immortals and the Sentries. But then again, now playing it safe, not losing them as well, of course, is a big deal. Did he send in a DT there? Okay, no, he didn't. He did make the... No, he didn't make the Dark Shrine. What am I talking about? I'm hallucinating. Alright, so that's the Storm upgrade right now. I thought I saw a DT shrine at some point there. I think I did. Well, guess I'm going crazy. That's it. Guess I need to check myself in. He definitely... Alright, people are confirming it. Well, unless if we're all just going to be able to go to the mental ward, to the institution, you know, that'd be fun. We'd have something to talk about. I swear, I saw it. A dark shrine right there. It's okay, sir. You can go to sleep now. No! No, we have to prepare. Invisible units. Alright. So what is happening here with this army overall? There's no bailing speed. That's actually a big deal here. It's not even started quite yet, so it's going to be a long way from home if Stats ever decides to be aggressive right now. Those storms are going to be absolutely destroying those bailings right here. Rogues is gonna have to be like set up on multiple fronts right there with those bailings to really make them count. Otherwise, it's just not gonna work. There's a good amount of force fields here as well. As long as Stats army control is proper, I'd say you should be able to take a good fight here. The Ravages, of course, still make things a little bit scary. And he's got a pretty good portion here in the on the bottom right side as well. He's really spread out, actually. Careful, careful. Okay, he's careful. He's got an overlord just chasing this war prison here. It's like a guy trying to chase some girl that he has no business chasing. It's like, oh, love me, oh. Exploded. All right, anyway. Oh, bailing speed is about to finish up here, so that timing is about to leave the building, and I don't think Stats really fully realized how long that was still going to be an opportunity, or a potential opportunity here. Now, you know, it's gone. It's no longer there. Bailing speed is done. That means it's going to be a lot harder for those storms to absolutely annihilate the bailings here. Needs the 2 storms. And how many bailings do we have? 83 bailings right now. That's nice. He's getting himself the hive tech. He knows he just needs to hold on here and get himself to the late game. He wants to get the hive tech. He wants to upgrade, I suppose, to the Ultralisk. Looking at the upgrade right now, the melee upgrade coming in. Connection over there with the bailings. Actually, Stats really committing here. Coming on in, has the Immortals behind the Archons right now. Needs to be careful for the bailings still, though, of course. As soon as they hit on top of those sentries and the Stalkers, this could go very bad for Stats very quickly. And, I mean, now with a couple of good fights there going into to Rogue's favor, this is starting to become very difficult for Stats to make work. Rogue doing a wonderful job so far, just kind of defending all his flanks. He's going to go on a counter-attack now as well with these links right here. There's a couple of cannons protecting the area, but that's about it. Alright, shield battery overcharged. There we go. Helping out a ton right now. Moving back in again with this army. Just kind of trying to get rid of the creep here before he really commits to anything. He's going to come into this side, though. That base under a lot of pressure. The Banelings might be able to get on top of the High Templar. Just barely don't get them. And Stats is just going mad with trading right now. He's doing pretty good, actually, I'd say. Another Archon coming in here. Mostly Zerglings versus Zealots and Archons, so that's never a good thing here. You know what? The army supply is very close right now. Definitely looking good for Stats. Stats still has those Side Templar here as well. The Storms are ready. Is he going to be able to get them in time? Oh, it's going to be close. Alright, well, does avoid the High Templars dying, though. And what do we have over here? The Zealots now wreaking havoc upon the drone line. Stats doing a wonderful job so far. Just kind of solidifying this game right now into his favor. It got a little bit hairy. I'll admit I got, again, a little bit worried for Stats there for quite a while. Wasn't completely certain I was going to be able to carry this one through, but hey, killing off those mineral lines and killing off this base right here would be nice as well, of course. Not quite committing to it just yet. Ooh, loses the Observer. But, I mean, that's a big wall of Zealots now crushing down on the Ravagers. And that's it. GG is called. Stats takes game number 1. You think that's the first time you saw Mass Banelings defeated? I think Stats played that incredibly smart, honestly. You saw that he never committed onto creep. He played it so smooth, he played it so slow, he had the storms ready, and he was just waiting for the creep to dissipate. Then he moved a little bit forward, creep, get rid of the creep, move a little bit forward, do this on 2 sides at the same time. Don't get crushed on one side, otherwise, you know what, he would probably push into the other side immediately Go for the counter-offensive. Health the counter-offensive of Rogue very nicely as well. He had the patience didn't have. Yeah, that's a nice way of putting it. But then, to be fair, Patience was fighting up against Mutalisk as well, right? So it was in a whole different ballpark. This time around, Rogue is really going for the ground forces, going for the Banelings, going for the Ravagers, stuff like that. Roaches, you know, Ravagers to deny the force fields and then Banelings to just roll in. But yeah, I'm not even sure how Mutalisk would have worked out there anyway, right? Because he had such a low economy that I feel like the Banelings kind of were his one shot. But then also because he was on 200 supply for so long, I'm not quite sure if he could have made it go... Huh. If he could transition anymore. Anyway, that was very cool. That was a cool match, honestly. That was a good game. That was a good game. Stats taking that one very nicely. And yeah, I've been harping on about this for a while now. I don't think anyone's taking me seriously with it, but again, Stats playing more so with a style that is just kind of multi-pronged harassment, splitting up his army and finding the victory that way, right? Just more so with a strategic type of sense. Outpositioning your opponent becomes such an important part in the PvC late game, I think. Even if they don't have the Brood Lords just yet, which allows for the most amount of outpositioning. But yeah, very well played. I think it is still very important, the amount that he did split up his army as well, right? Never really committed too much on the right side. Mostly just the Zealots, big balls of Zealots. And some Archons here and there. So if it did get destroyed, you know what? He still had his main army there. And he kind of had the one side that was kind of guaranteed not to get destroyed by the Ravager Baneling as long as he stayed off the creep. But yeah, that was very cool. That was very cool. Anyway, we're going to go into game number 2. Remember, guys, we have the Mecherino stuff. Let me just do this real quick as well, so we don't have that happening during the game. Game number 2 will be on the way. And we have, of course, as well, the Mecherino page. If you haven't already, the Mecherino page, a big deal for us if you want to support the players, if you want to support the tournaments. That's the place to do it. Type exclamation mark Mecherino, like so. And you'll have yourself the link to the website, which is right over here. Let me just quickly showcase this to you. There we go. Oh, the game is starting so real quick. Alright, this is the website. Press contribute. Do the code AX500DJ. Blemo contribute. And that is that. 50 cents added to the prize pool. Thank you. Alright, let's go into the game. Looks like the Taiwanese stream is joining in right now as well. With Rex taking part in the overall casting. Over here in the... Wait a moment, I put the score wrong. Hold up, guys. Over here in the top right side of the map, we have ourselves a Blue Zerg player. He is fighting for Jin Air Green Wings. He is Rogue. Bottom left side, we have ourselves the red Protoss fighting for the Freaka Freaks. He is Stats. Look at him in all his glory. Fantastic stature. Alright. As all of this is kind of happening, guys, let's remember that Rogue got his hatchery blocked over here, of course. A big deal to some people. Not everyone, but, you know, a lot of people. So I'm trying to kind of prep some stuff here as well. I'm sorry. Alright, let's just focus on this game. Okay. Well, it's not really much happening, right? So what do you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to talk about in particular? You guys want to... What do you guys want to go on about? Any topic, any subject. You're having a post-work beer right now? You want to talk about beer? Beer's pretty nice, isn't it? What kind of beer do you enjoy? What's your favorite beer? Is it just a regular beer? Do you like specially brewed beers? Do you like the beers with like a high percentage alcohol? Doesn't it really matter to you? Do you like the IPAs? Do you like the white beers? Do you like... IPAs are a god's gift to men. Yeah, that's right. IPAs all day. That's right. I got a case of IPAs right next to me as well, actually. They are my jam. The best beer is the next beer. Whatever beer is available. Anything cooled, I would strictly for use it. I use it strictly for shower beers after work, but I like anything local. Wait, you have shower beers? You drink beer while you shower? Is that what I'm hearing here? Is this a terminology I'm not familiar with? Alright, as this is happening, of course, our conversation, there's also a Oracle. No, it's a Michigan thing. So more people than you do it? What? Doesn't it get soapy? Oh, you get soapy beer? Interesting. Showering in beer. Now that sounds like something else. Not if you know what you're doing. Alright, that makes sense. Alright, so the first bit of pressure here coming in for stats. Not really being able to achieve too much, it looks like. The Debs, well, getting a couple of kills, actually. Hold up. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. This is starting to stack up a little bit. 8 kills. That's a respectable amount. That is indeed a respectable amount. Oh, wish G. That was the funny one, but I don't feel like I can repeat that. That was the 2 oracles and the 2 adepts right here. Well, no, wait, it was 1 oracle and it was 2 adepts. 2 adepts did get a couple of kills as well, but the 3rd base was completely left open here for the oracle to just go wild into. 7 kills on this one. That's all workers as well. 3 more workers actually in total dying off there, which makes the grand total of 11 workers killed in the 5 minutes. Pretty much dead on the 5-minute mark there. Maybe even a bit of before that. So yeah, that's a great start here for stats. Should set him up rather nicely for this situation right here as well. I'm just trying some stuff there with the other oracle. Coming in again, getting whatever he can before he loses the oracle again. And yeah, 2 more workers. Gone, just like that. Bam! They're out of here. They're out. It's like baseball where the pitcher, well, you think you hit a really nice ball and then all of a sudden, you know what, somebody just catches the ball and you're like, oh wait, what? Oh, I'm already on the third base, but oh well. Apparently I didn't have to run. I ran for nothing? Is that what you're saying? I'm an esports person. I don't run for nothing. At least that's what happened at my school. Anyway, losing 1 oracle here, but again getting 5 workers. Rogue, he is definitely having a bit of a hard time here, keeping his workers alive again on the equal count of workers here. And that's at the 6-minute count. That is not that great. Now Stats is coming in here with quite a scary army. Look at that, 44 army supply strong, a ton of sentries with a immortal to boot. I think this could spell a lot of trouble for Rogue. He's been investing a lot in reimbursing the drone counts here. He said, you know what, the bank of the drones is too big to fill. We need this to keep going. But you know what, maybe letting it fill right here would have been the proper thing to do. Because now the entire society will collapse in on itself with this, well, the wrath of stats coming in right here. The statistics aren't looking good for Rogue. Ay. How do you wiggle yourself out of this one? I suppose you need to get like the most insane biles ever, and he's getting a couple of them, honestly, like better than you would expect with this type of things. I think he already killed a good amount of these sentries here. The force fields count is getting lower and lower. Only 2 sentries left, really, with some force fields remaining. But still, though, the Stalker count is so incredibly lethal. The Immortal count is here. Well, I say the count is just a single one, of course. There's many. It's 100% of the Immortals we started with. Let's be honest. Let's get real here. Alright, the Biles not really getting the connections that they would like to. The Oracles also jumping in right here. They're like, you know what? Let us have a piece of the pie. And, yeah, I think this is, you know what? Just barely gonna get held, but I mean, look at the amount of works that once again got lost here, and that Oracle's still going strong as well, right? It's just like, alright, now you just don't have queens anymore. Yes, alright, that is still not a game here. I suppose we are gonna have Rogue trying to continue onwards. A bit of a counter attack here, but looking at the army supply already, we're back at 51 here for stats. Still has that Immortal here as well. Wait, is that a different Immortal? 0 kills? That can't be the same Immortal, right? He must have lost it. Yeah, okay, it did die. It's like, alright, an Immortal that's shooting for that long, and then 0 kills, that's impossible. So, yeah, Rogue, it did feel like he had to really do a counterattack there, which is why he immediately moved across the map, but it's just not possible for him. He cannot get anything done here. Stats has too much stuff still remaining on his side of the field. So he backs up again, and he needs to concoct something else, some new brew or some new type of, you know what, as the brewers of the beer call them, the concoction, to figure out what else he can do in this situation, right? And he's planning to incorporate the Spire once again. You know, another bad call, I'd say. Pretty reasonable. When you're behind, go Spire, right? That's the most common phrase in the StarCraft 2 universe here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that one is it. But, just barely surviving that one. So yeah, I mean, the Spire, a little bit of a last-ditch effort, I think. It needs to do a whole boatload of damage. It needs to just continuously apply that pressure. We've already seen Rogue doing this against Patience, of course, but that's when he started, with Patience being on an equal footing overall, and Patience not having Blink quite yet, which will be available for stats, so he's already going to have so much of an easier time to hold off the Mutalisk wave that is coming in here. Oh, nice! He does get the cancel in his fourth base here with a nice Ling run by. That's a big deal, actually. That's a good first step, right? I mean, if somehow, someway Rogue still wins this, we're going to be looking back at that moment in time in particular, I'd say, and be like, alright, so this is kind of where he started to make something happen in his favor. Ooh, a bit over-aggressive there, though, I'd say. Those Roaches definitely going to have a rough time moving back home again. But then again, I mean, they're pulling the Stalkers away from the base here. It might give an opportunity for the the Mutalisks to come in as well at the same time. But, I mean, at what cost? This army is not going to be stopped anytime soon by a couple of Roaches. Even with a couple of Mutalisks there to support. Well, never mind, they're gone. So yeah, Rogue going for the base trade here, I think might be the best thing for him. Just a complete trade, but oh my god, look at this lovely little warping 3 adepts right there. Luckily, Rogue realizes quickly, moves away. Saves a reasonable portion of those Zerglings. Has killed a ton of probes so far, but he still needs to deal with this army, and I'm not quite sure if that's ever going to be achieved. Already 4 Immortals, a reasonable amount of Zealots, and an insanity amount of Stalkers here. Just doing absolutely everything they can. Oh boy, the drones are going to fall relatively quickly here as well. It holds the high ground. That's a good idea overall. These Mutalisks, I feel like they need to come back home pretty soon here. More Ravagers. Needs to hold this ramp here with the Biles. That is his one shot to victory. And I'm not sure if it's going to be taken. I'm not quite sure if it's going to be enough. The Blink Stokus, of course, can just jump right on top of the high ground here. He's not in position either to throw down the Bios on top of the Immortals or anything like that. And well, that is most likely going to be it, guys. I'm not seeing Rogue winning this one either. And that means we're going to be going into, well, the next series here. GG. Stats takes the series 2-0. Whew. How? Yeah. I can tie this. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think he's playing against stats. I think he's just playing against stats. I think that is the problem here. Stats. He truly is the best Protoss right now, I'd say. I'm feeling more and more confidence in that statement overall. So yeah, I think stats just makes that impossible to win for most Zergs. Even Rogue, yeah, Dog's gonna have a rough time against him. Cyril's gonna have a rough time against him. Rainer's gonna have a rough time against him. Like, stats is just insane. I'm the butcherer of names. You know, I can't do that. Acontitius. Acontirotinodius. No, wait, I'm sorry, my brain just malfunctions. You sounded very wrong, that's right. That's right. I suppose. Did I? Oh well. Ban him. Don't ban me. Can you commentate less biased, please? How was I biased? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I was. I'll try. Stats is just an insanely strong Protoss player. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what in particular. Which statements? Maybe I misspoke somewhere. Maybe I said it in a way that's very easily misinterpretable. So yeah, let me know. Let me know. All right. A new series on the horizon. It's going to be the two losers. Everybody knows stats is in Alpha X, right? That's right. That's right. Alpha Fs. The Alpha Fs. The Alpha X. Something like that. I don't know. Special versus Patience, though. I think these guys are a bit more equally placed against each other. Don't take the baits. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not upset about it, honestly. I mean, communication is, it's a difficult thing, you know? Sometimes you say something that you think is clear, and then, you know, after you hear it in some other fashion, you kind of understand why it could be misinterpreted in a certain way. You know, it's just good. It's just good if somebody's like, you know, misinterpreting something. Sometimes it's good to just be like, all right, what was it that you misinterpreted and in what way? And then you can be like, huh, all right, yeah, I can kind of see that. I could work around that next time. I can say it in a different way. I can use different words. I can add another little bit of some other words in the sentence later on. I don't know. I do a lot of work in communication, so I don't feel bullied, guys. I don't feel bullied at all whatsoever. I work in communications. This is just kind of the things that fancy my my drift. Keeps me going, you know. No, you won't get banned. You don't get banned. Jeez Louise, guys. Relax, calm down. It's just a game. It's just a game with somebody talking about it. Alright, alright. We're gonna move on, alright? Shall we? Shall we? Alright. You wanna swing your hammer again? Alright. Well, I mean, all you gotta do to really swing that hammer is make an alt account, jump on here, and then just say something insulting to yourself, and then ban yourself, right? There you go. There you go. That's how I do it. That's how I get my my power plays going. How do you say it? How's that called again? It's my power fix, something like that. I don't know. Top right side, we have ourselves a purple Protoss. He is fighting for Team LP. He's none other than Patience. Bottom left side, we have ourselves the red Terran player. Didn't feel all that well against Protoss the previous time, but then again, he was playing in stats. I think he has a better shot here. We'll have to wait and see, though. He is special. I mean, Patience still an incredibly strong player. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say not quite on the level as stats, right? He is still, he still might be. I don't follow that many Protoss, so I'm not sure. He's still like top 5, top 10 Protoss, perhaps? Around that ballpark, right? But probably not. You know what? Ballpark top 3, top 2 as stats is. Top 7? Yeah, that sounds fair. Your amazed special woke up for this? It is. It's what, like 9 PM in the evening for them? Would he be asleep at 9 PM? He was streaming earlier. Oh, I see. I see. I missed that. Very uncommon hours. Alright. Degenerate hours. Have no restrictions. Alright, Patience manages to get away with that probe. But you know what? Kind of proves that he's better than stats in a way, right? In a way. Did I even introduce Special? The Mexican from Team Exxon? Special? I don't know. Well, there you go. You guys know. You guys don't know. You know it better than I do. Most of the time. Sometimes. Who am I kidding? I know everything. You see no Doritos. That's right. That's right as well. I think Rush is making a good point here, guys. There we go. We're stopping the commentary until we fix this lack of Doritos. I mean, he needs them now more than ever. Doritos. Can I do a Dorito? Do I have it? There we go. There we go. Ooh. Well, I mean, he wasn't feeling all that great about playing against stats previously, as we mentioned. Patience, though, kind of already proving in a sense, right? Oh, wait, what? We have something more interesting to talk about. Hold the phone, guys. Hold the phone. Is this... What is he planning? Oh, please tell me this is going to be Attack Lab. Oh, please. Yes. Yes. All right. Pensai, thank you for that sub, dude. Very much appreciate it. Ooh, boys. Calm down. All right, calm down. Focus. Think this through. What does this mean? All right, so we have a Stargate. We have the Oracles, right? The Oracles might still do quite a bit here because there's such a heavy investment in that fusion core early on, right? So the Cyclone's not here. There's a small pack of Marines, but there might still be a good amount of SCVs killed off. Oh, a bit of Miss Micro there. Gets 3. That is not as many as I thought there would be. He scouts the tech lab. The Hellions try to go in here as well, getting 1 kill in total. Adapts now coming through the Oracle. Oh boy, the Oracle. Oracle. Stop going there. Stop it. Stop it. Stop. No, this is not allowed. Stop. Stop. Oh, shit. Shit, guys. Oh, damn. Oh, no. Oh, no. He knows. He knows.
Game
lag.
paused.
No lag. Okay. For him. All right. Well, this is embarrassing. So, what will happen here? What will happen here? What's in the world? You know what? This does give me a moment to actually adjust the sub counts here, because Pensai decided to be one absolute beast of a man and help us out with another sub. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So yeah, the fusion core, yeah, the Oracle saw it. The Oracle definitely saw it right here. You can see it over here. Wait, patience is 0 ping. I don't believe in that. I mean, that's more troublesome, having 0 ping than having 500 ping, I feel like. I think the 0 ping, that's just a glitch in the matrix or something, right? Stuff's about to explode. Oh, whoosh! Whoosh J as well. Thank you so much, my man. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. Not been this busy with the sub count since forever, pretty much. That's insane, guys. Thank you so much. Or special thinking it didn't get scouted. Well, I mean, this is rough. Your computer die? Oh, man. And that all while nothing is happening as well. That's crazy. Wait, he's on 800 ping right now? 800 ping? What internet do you use? Uses Asada Sasa. Asada Sasa. Internet I see. Alright. Is it fixed? Isn't it fixed? I don't know. Well, they're ready. Yes, they are. Go, 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 go. Ready? That's funny too. Right, anyway. Third base for special. Nobody. Oh, boy. He's lagging again. Eee. Well, I mean, it's rough to play, of course, with 500 ping. That is, you know, more than I would have on the Korean server, which is awkward because I'm in Europe right now, the place furthest removed from Korea. What could you even do still with that much lag?
Game resumed.
I think you just want to cancel this, make a bunch of barracks and go for like pulling the boys or something like that. I don't know. That's the battle cruiser. Macro, that's your ticket out of this one. The adepts, you know what? Right on top of that fusion core right now. Special. Special. It's only gonna get one battle cruiser out right now. Special likes his BCs. Yeah, I mean, I like BCs. I think we all kind of like BCs, to be fair. Pretty much everyone enjoys BCs up until the moment in time when they're against you. And that's when you're like, oh, why is this unit in their game? But up until that point, you're like, this is one of the more awesome things. How do I check my ping? Again. Which button is that again? Sushi? Sushi? Help me, Sushi? I think I'm okay, honestly. Is that it? I always feel like I'm getting trolled and I'm gonna disconnect as soon as I press stuff like that. We'll try it. Oh, there we go. Oh, 286. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. It's legit. All right. We'll trust. We'll trust for now. Alt F4? Is it Alt F4? Hold up, let me try that one too. Don't. Alright, oh, okay, I won't. So yeah, it's a mech play from Special. The mech Special. Almost sounds like a McDonald's ad. It's not though. Fun stuff. Alright, so yeah, what's happening in this game really, right? I mean, things are kind of slowly turning into, once again, a big macro play here. And you know what, I have to come on Special here. He really doesn't seem to shy away from going against the grain. A lot of the Terrans right now that do seem to have a lot of success against Protoss have the success with those early game pushes, right? The 2-base push, the harassment, continuously harassmenting with Widow Mines, whether it be Hellions, Liberators, stuff like this. Special, he just seems to have the confidence in his overall micro and the ability to control his army, and then just taking it into the late game here. Alright, there's the Battle Cruiser. Once again, back at it. Getting a couple of worker kills. I think a couple, more than a couple, 6. Well, yeah, there's 3 couples of probes. And 1.5 couple of SCVs dying here due to the Stalker harassment. Keeping this wall away from being completed. Patience is kind of running away though with the overall expanding of this game, right? Look at that, already 5 bases being created here, and Patience kind of stuck on the 3 base at the moment. Now, his army's still going to be absolutely beast, right? It's still going to be incredibly potent and absolutely terrifying. Oh boy, this medevac will be scouted here. But yeah, that will need to get itself sorted out here. The Stalker's making it difficult as well to get this expansion going, of course. Probably won't be able to stick around for too long, though. Killing off a Cyclone. I'm not sure if that was worth it, but hey. You didn't lose any Stalker there, really? Wow. It's the one single battle cruiser once again. On the path to war. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's 4 Widow Mines in a medevac going down here. We'll need to have a little bit of targeting from that battlecruiser as well to really get the probe kills here. Actually, a couple of them not doing anything, just kind of standing there. So you know what, I think it would have been even more beneficial not... Well, okay, they're still not doing anything here, aren't they? It's quite a couple, actually. It's like 1, 2, 3? I don't know. Something like that. Probably not the biggest of thing at this moment in time, as he has 90 freaking 5 workers. Getting distracted again by the nitty-gritty. A little bit of an exchange here, but doesn't look like it will be too bad for Special. A drilling clause completed now as well. The battlecruiser is still going strong, moving into the main base right now. That'd be nice being able to pick up a forge or something like that, right? Not much yet in the way, shape, or form as defense. And we're still seeing a very Stalker-heavy type of composition, which kind of starts to make me worried here for Patience. He does have a DT as well, but what else does he really have? He has the 2... Where's his army? Alright, here it is. It's like, you know what? I can do this with pure Hellions. I don't need anything else. No. Alright, didn't quite work out that way. But yeah, Disrupt is now coming into play. I don't know, I think that was a good moment in time for Special to move out, and losing all those Hellions there, definitely taking a big punch into the overall potential to kind of tank damage for those siege tanks, right? And now he's just here in the middle of the map. Okay, well, maybe, let's see. Unsiege siege tanks still do quite a bit of single target fire in the range right now of most of these defenses. Blinkstock's behind the entirety of this army, and well, this is This is cleaned up very easily. Oh my dear lord. Are we seeing Patience just dismantling mech with pure Stalkers? Is this really just going to be pure Blink Stalkers versus mech and he's going to be okay? I don't believe it. I do not believe what I'm seeing right now. 99 workers as well. That's a good boy fantasy. That's ridiculous. What does he need 99 workers for? I suppose if you're trying to go pure stocks, this is starting to feel like is this mono battles? Did we start the wrong game up? Is this, what in the world is happening here? There is three disruptors here, but I mean, Nani. It's alright, this is a weird one. This is a weird one. I'm liking it though. I'm not sure if Special's liking it though. Triple digit work. 107 workers! He just keeps going. He just keeps going. He knows not how to stop. He just needs workers. That's all he needs. I swear we're gonna go up to like at least 150 here. I think at that point you might get some trouble. Oh, the two Sea Chenks here getting a nice shots off there. Being able to stabilize the fourth base finally here, but then again, I mean, there's 6 bases for Patience. The Widowmines already having shot their rocketry, so not gonna be able to do that again. I want to see this. Oi, 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 oi. Alright, well, let's not look at that anymore. That might ruin the game for us, alright? That might ruin the anticipation of potentially something happening here for Special still. I mean, his army's, I want to say scarier than that of Patience, but I mean, Patience obviously kind of proving me wrong here. How many gateways does he have? He has 15 gateways as well. That is a ton. So, well, I mean, how many Starks is that? Yes, yes, more than half of the Stalker count in gateways. Alright. How do you even keep going here? Special, what kind of game do you make this? This is just super awkward. And I feel like this shouldn't be working for Patience, but I mean, with just the enormous economic lead that he has, he should be able to make this work. Coming in again with the surround here. Nice dodge on that Widow Mine. Oh, more disruptors. That pulled on right side as well. This is just ridiculous. This is just pure joy. This is just pure StarCraft joy, guys, right here. Right. Has Patience run a little bit too dry here with the Stark account on the top side. 1 DT as well, helping out quite a bit here. At the same time, the Stark is, of course, on the bottom side. Doing quite a number on the economy of Special. And it looks like we're also finally no longer on the 107 work account. Just 100 now. And GG is called. Special tapping on out there. Patience taking the first victory in this best of 3. What? What is this? What was that? What was happening there? Alright, that was an insane game. That was a very fun one to see. And awesome. Awesome. Alright, Special is still having lag here, guys. Apparently he's on 300 MS ping, and he is saying that he is not capable of continuing onwards with playing, so he will be forfeiting the next match. Alright, Juanito. I mean, to be fair, like, who would want to play with that much ping, right? That's gonna feel absolutely horrible, and that would kind of make sense why overall your multitasking and stuff like that would go into a wrong direction. Does Nina play like this sometimes? So that's pretty cool. 120 plus workers. I think 120 is a bit much. I thought the 100 workers was a bit much, but because you still need to supply, right? But then I suppose if you just can remax instantly, continuously, that is nice. Alright, anyway, Anyway, yeah, that means that Patience will be able to take the victory there with the one game. And we're going to go into the decider match, the final best of 3 of today. And you know what, I was kind of hoping we would have Special versus Rogue. It's not going to happen though, unfortunately. And we're going to have a rematch between Patience and Rogue here. So, you know, a pretty cool match series as well, potentially. We'll have to wait and see what it will become, though. Of course, maybe Inu is trying to retalk Special back into it. Who knows? Robo voice? Really? Is this a robo voice? Is anyone else having robo voice? Breaky. 0000001 10011. No? Okay, that's good. Don't want it to get weird now, do we? Nice, the refresh fixed it. Good. Alright, guys. Then, before we jump into the next series, let me remind you all, there is, of course, a Matcherino page. If you haven't already, it would be greatly appreciated, as it, you know what, it wouldn't just support Alpha X, it would support the players as well. You know what, how many is this? How many players do we have? Well, a bunch. It will support a bunch of players, alright? Just take my word for that one. All you gotta do is go to this website right over here. Let me show you. In the chat right now, there is a link to this website. Once you get here, you can log on right over here. You don't need to make an account or anything like that. That would be such a hassle, right? We don't want you to be bothered in any sense. So all you got to do is just kind of press this button right here, Twitch, and it will allow your Twitch account to log on in. Voila, just like that, easy as a pie. And then you go on to contribute. AX500 DJ, and that will add 50 cents to the prize pool. Now, if that's too much effort, I don't know. I don't know if you are truly a StarCraft fan, honestly, because this is free money into the StarCraft community, into the StarCraft 2 tournament prize pools. Well, in this case, at least for this one, right? But you know what? The more money to the StarCraft 2 players, the more power to them. And the more likely it will be, we'll have them back for some more StarCrafts. Now, if you're like, you know what, I wanna be able to analyze all these replays, I wanna be able to get everything sorted, you can, of course, buy yourself a replay pack over here as well. This is a great supportive tool for us as well, these replays. It's one thing that we can kind of give you, right, from these type of games. It's 10 bucks, but you will have access to all of these games right here. Not just the first initial group stage, but also the second group stage and the playoffs as well. All those replays will be accessible for you and will be sent over to you as soon as we have them available. I always make sure to have like a neat little folder as well and have them all named, have them all organized and all that stuff, right? So if you're into that type of stuff, that's a great deal right there. Now, also, there's some nice Alpha X gear if you're into that type of stuff. A caster's tip jar, so, you know, if you think I'm doing an okay job, that's the place to be. And, yeah. That's Matcherino out of the way. Anything else I could mention? Yeah, sure. You know what? Let's get this out of the way as well. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's talk about something essential. You know what, guys? I know we gamers, we get some bad rep now and again, right? We have some bad credits out on the street. The word out on the street about gamers is that we don't like to take care of ourselves that much, right? And, you know, in some cases, about some people, they might be true. But we are here to prove the opposite of all of that. When I'm talking about Manscaped. They have a state-of-the-art line of grooming products, which features skin-safe technology, which practically eliminates nicks or scratches and has a new replaceable blades to ensure you're always getting the perfect shaves. Now, Manscaped has other equally as innovative grooming products for men, like their anti-shaving deodorant, body wash, and signature cologne. So, if you're feeling a little bit dirty and unclean, well, this is the way to remedy that situation and get yourself smelling great. And make sure to click that Manscaped sponsor quest as well on the Matcherino. You know what? Another thing you can do on the Matcherino thing And you will be able to use the code Macherino at checkout as well for 20% off. So that's 20% off of smelling great, looking good. Once you show the girls your manhood. No, wait, don't. I probably shouldn't have said. That was not in the script. I went off script. It didn't go well. I hope they don't fire me. All right. I don't think that was too bad, right? That was okay. That was okay. So yeah. Patience versus Rogue, a rematch. We already saw these boys playing against one another before. It got close. Patience getting the first game. Afterwards, Rogue having to win 2 games in a row. And you're a funny guy, Whoosh. Anyway, we saw Rogue then winning 2 games in a row there. It felt pretty convincing afterwards. The first game still a little bit choppy in there. Felt, you know what, like Rogue definitely misinterpreted overall what Patience is doing. So this definitely for sure could still go into his favor. And yeah, interesting. We're going on to Submarine as the first one. Eternal Empire is the second, and Ice and Chrome as the third map. I know it's just business. Let me buy something. Alright. Awesome, dude. Needs to be that tagline. Yeah, I suppose. It would be a good tagline, honestly. Once it is, I'll be glad to just continuously shout it off the rooftops here to everyone. To be a true dude. No. We are properly civilized men. And we are capable of taking care of our nether regions. It's fun though. It's a fun sponsor to have, honestly. It's nice. Manscaped. It's also like it's not just the name of the company, right? It is already just a name, or well, not a name, just a thing people used to say, right? I'm pretty sure it was on the Urban Dictionary for quite a long time. Before they used it as a company name. Alright, so we're gonna be waiting here, it looks like, for a moment. I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on. Alright, they're counting down. There we go. It's happening. Thank you for the follow, Therodan, sorry. Therodan. Coming in with a follow right there. What's up, my man? Glad to have you with us. Make sure to take care of your manhood. Alright. Alright. Enough of that. Let's just enjoy some good old ZVP. Once again. Rogue giving you a pretty good show so far, right? So let's hope he does it again here. And out of these 2, you know what? Actually, we already have 2 Terrans. Wait, hold up. Let me double check this. Let me double check this on the bracket. We already have 2 Terrans. We have 2 Zergs. Imagine having 2 Protoss now moving on through. Wouldn't that be something? Wouldn't that be something else? Nuts. It would be nuts. Alright, anyway. In the top left side of the map, we have ourselves a purple Protoss. Fighting for Team LP. Patience. On the bottom right side, we have the red. I guess I'm gonna have to do it here now as well. The red Zerg. From Jedi Green Wings. Yes, Rogue. I don't know. Sometimes. It's like sanity is just a wet paper towel somewhere that just drying up somewhere or something like that. I don't know. It seems unstable is what I'm trying to say. At least with me. How low is the chance of Patience winning here? I think you're underestimating Patience. I mean, did you see the previous best of 3 between Patience and Rogue? It got pretty darn close. It got pretty close. It was a 2-1, but he almost got him. Almost got him twice there, I'd say. And yeah, Rogue isn't winning that much either recently. That's a good point from Econ Nitu Jonos. I don't know why that is always having me so much difficulty. Econ Tistes. That's right. I think I got close to the actual pronunciation this time. Anyway, yeah, Rogue has been picking it up though again. He's definitely been picking it up again. So, I have good hope for Patience, but I do still believe that Rogue is the favorite here, right? He is still the guy to beat in this sense. He's the guy that's gonna have his reputation sullied if he loses to Patience. But Patience still top 7 Protoss overall. Anyone know if there is still technically a Jin Air team house? I think there is. I haven't heard anything about it being disbanded or something like that. So I'm pretty sure there is. I would be surprised if there isn't. Patience looking like he will be going for this, well, a build that is very well known by most of us. If you're playing Zerg, you've probably witnessed it on the map as well. Patience vs Special is unfortunately over. Yes, Knights. That is because Special had too much latency. Apparently his internet was having some rumpity-pumpity. I don't know exactly, but it wasn't doing well, alright? The internet was struggling. 800 M ping, so it's a rough one. That is a rough one. But anyway, that means we have Rogue versus Patience here. Rematch that of a game that got pretty darn close. Now, the game that Patience did win was off of the back of a adept labor pressure that didn't really do much, and I thought it was a really cool overall insight into what Patience is doing. And I said, you know what, I kind of wanted to see Patience do this again and then see how Rogue adjusts. So this is a great opportunity, of course, for this adjustment period to happen. What exactly is Patience going to be doing, or what Rogue is going to be doing to prevent the scenario that we saw previously? Which was, in case you missed that entire series, of course, it was what's the second series we started with, wasn't it? Was it the first one? I think it was the second one. Yeah, it was the second one. But anyway, Patience doing a lot of adept pressure and then continuing onwards with the Sentry Immortal attack, right? A very blast from the past as well. The adepts, all of them pretty much stayed alive for a really long time. And later on, continuing on, helping to provide a lot of beef in the overall attack. This is nice. Nice, good cancel on that third base. Rogue really trying to be defensive here. He's got a good amount of drones, but he did not really make that third base anytime soon. Might lose this drone as well. And Patience, you know what? He's again getting those extra 3 gateways. He's getting the Immortals here. Let's see if he goes for the sentries again as well. And there's at least one of them. Where's the rest of these adepts? Oh, they're here. Okay, well. It's always difficult to see the purple on the purple creep. I'll make do. I'll make do. I won't take away Patience's purple. I love the color purple. I think it looks good in Protoss too. I think it looks good on all the races actually. Purple's a solid color. Kinda makes me sad that we have the red and blue in a lot of the tournaments. Anyway, here we go. Yeah, so Rogue kind of looking out here, very proactive on this side of the map. Something that we didn't really witness that much in the first game, right? He kind of got blindsided by the Immortals and the Sentries until the last moment in time when they were hitting his front door. Now, that's not going to happen here, it looks like, as he did get to see, alright, there's Immortals, there's no third base anywhere in sight at any reasonable timing. There's most likely to be a follow-up here, and it's very likely to be the same thing I've already witnessed. And now, let's see how he adjusts. He's getting himself a Hydra Den. He's got one extra Ravager. I kind of was hoping he was going to get a couple more, but we'll have to wait and see if this is going to be enough here. This is a great position as well, of course, for Rogue to hold with the biles. Make it very difficult for Patience to come down here. And the fight commences. The Roaches trying their best to hold them off. Reasonable force fields though, and Rogue, once again, he does look like he's not that prone on shooting down the force fields with his biles. It's okay, we're letting him stay for a little bit, trying to get some more damage. Cleans up a Immortal on his left side, that is nice. And he's definitely looking a lot stronger than he did the previous time around, but still the force fields though doing one hell of a number onto Rogue's overall forces here, and he seems to be still a little bit struggling here. The War Prism though, did the War Prism die? The War Prism did die. Jeez Louise, how did I miss that? Anyway, depth shading on through, Patience not having the stuff he needs, and there we go. That's a GG. Rogue really adjusting very well here and finding a... That was weird. Why would it do that twice? Anyway, seemed weird. All right. Anyway, some graphic slip-ups there. It looked like. Yeah, Rogue takes this one. Very well played. I was a little bit worried with that third base being so delayed, but I guess he really read into that situation incredibly well. Figured out what Patience was doing, and he just countered it. Right. That's kind of the way of Zerg. What you need to do. How they win games. Figure out what your opponent is up to and counter it. Just do whatever stops that. Alright. What else is happening? Is it enough to kill the third in that situation, or do you need to do more damage? I think overall killing off killing off the third, I don't think it really would stop there, because you will be able to keep on pushing through. I don't know. I think it would put you in a really good position. And he did start his own third base. So yeah, I think just killing the third base would be okay. It would be okay. Especially because Rogue was so late with that third base as well, right? So he was already a little bit slower. Whoosh, J. Oh, my dear lord, my man. Giving me a heart attack. 10 heart attacks. That's nuts, dude. Thank you so much. That's awesome to see. We're gonna have to get a new sub goal here. I don't even know. You know what? You can make the new sub goal. What should it be, Whoosh? What should it be? Let us know. Giving one to Papa Mitch is making your day. That's very cool. That's nice. Awesome, man. Thank you so much. Nice. Go big. 150. All right. Just a single one in front of that one. All right. We're doing it. It's gonna take a while before we get there. I feel like we might have to tone it down in a while as well again. Unless if you just stick around every game. Every cast. But there are whales lurking in the chat. All right. We'll keep going. Awesome, dude. Thank you so much, my man. Definitely helping us out a ton. Very sick. All right. Game number 2 between Rogue and Patience. Once again, going off here on a start of Eternal Empire. Patience, you know what? Is it the right idea to go for the big macro games here? I'm not completely certain if it will be, but you know what? It is what he's going for. So let's see if it will work out this time around. In the bottom left side, there is the purple Protoss fighting for Team LP. He is Patience. Papa Mitch jumping in as well. 1,000 bits. Thank you so much, my man. On the top right side, we have ourselves a red Zerg. He's fighting Virginia Green Wings. He's been doing incredibly well against Patience so far, but was no match against Stats, unfortunately. But anyway, he is a Rogue. Well, I say no match. It got pretty darn close here and there. Stats did manage to get a good amount of damage, I believe, in both games, right? With adept pressure. Let me think it back. I think that was the case. So much StarCraft already happening here today. I don't know. I forgot. But at least one of them. And Patience not really finding himself in that same situation, which kind of shows that it's not just about doing the builds correctly. It's also about just controlling the units correctly and being able to kind of get into the right situations and managing to get the adepts into the places where they will be able to do the damage that they need to do. We're 2 sub points away from the next sub, the new emotes. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm almost feeling like, you know what, I could give 2 subs. I think. So yeah, Patience. Is he just gonna do the same thing here again, right? Is he gonna go once more for the adept attack? I mean, is it the smart thing to do? It might be. It might be. It worked out one time for him. Maybe if he has some other type of follow-up, right? Instead of the Whoosh, thank you so much, man. It's like, alright, I got this stuff, guys. Don't worry about it. Hold my beer. Very cool. Alright, so I lost my train of thought. Alright, yeah, I got it back. I got ran over by my train of thought again. Here we go. Vodka, alright, you go with the vodka, my man. You've earned it. You've earned that vodka. Alright, Patience. If he has some other different type of follow-up for the adept pressure, I would really love to see that right now, because just different interpretations, different ways you can take this. That's always kind of been a lot of the overall stuff for, well, the Protoss race, I'd say, right? You'd open up in a certain way, and then it would look like that way that you're opening up, and then the build just kind of transforms into other stuff as well at the same time. It turns into a whole different experience all of a sudden, right? Your opponent is like, alright, this is coming, I know what's coming next, it's gonna be the multi-sentry, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, Archon Zealot runs down your ramp. Something like that. Don't look at me for trying to figure out what else is supposed to be happening, but I would love to see something coming out of Patience that is not going to be expected here for Rogue. Or by Rogue, of course. Depth Glaives. It is going to be the same opening again. There's a lot of gateways in that production tab, so he's really committing to this. How many gateways in total? 6 gateways. That's a big adept pressure. I'm wondering what else you can transform that into, of course. Might be once again the it is looking a little bit different from the previous build, right? We saw those 3 later gateways coming in a lot later on. We'll have to wait and see. Choppy. Chopping in. Chopping out. Getting rid of the watchtowers here. There's the influx of Zerglings right now, as well as the Roach Warren nice in time to hold this off. It is different, of course, from the game number 1 we saw in this series, but it is a little bit reminiscent of the first game we saw in the first series that they played, right? It's even the same map right now. Is it going to be working out in the same situation? He's pushing in from the same location. He's got a lot of adepts here. Might even finish off this shade right now. He's losing a lot of them so far, though. There they go, right into the main base. The Zergling's not quite on top of it just yet. War Prism also going into the main base, so we'll be able to escape here if need be with at least 4 of them. Oh, the Queens can still hit this on the low ground. Okay. Does pick up on that fact. He might lose the base here. He might lose his main base here. What in the world is happening? He's not going to be able to kill off these adepts with just the Zerglings. It's not happening quite yet. Dark Shrine behind this on the way as well. Looks like Rogue being a little bit overconfident. And, I mean, he didn't really overmake drones or anything like that, but he's just not having those roaches out in time to really deal with the big ball of adepts, and he's taking so much damage right now. He didn't lose the main base, though. That's quite fortunate, but, I mean, he's still taking a lot of drone kills, and he lost all of those Zerglings as well. 83 Zerglings getting killed off in total so far. That's a lot. That is a lot of them. Alright, now the Dark Shrine, of course, could also be a follow-up here. The Adepts still attempting to perhaps get an escape plan hatched here. Maybe two of them. Maybe one of them. Oh, just barely. Right, 5 HP on that boy. And, alright, so the follow-up will be the Dark Shrine. It's not that uncommon, right? It is very, kind of a normal follow-up on this, I'd say. And was that enough damage? I mean, the worker count is equal. Killed off so many links, 95 in total, so that does help out a ton. Was it enough in total? I mean, it does feel like it's still playable for Rogue, right? It doesn't seem like he's completely out of this just yet. Definitely patience in the driver's seat here, and this follow-up attack, we'll just have to wait and see how much it gets done. There are... Oh, lovely block there in time with the Evo Chamber. Very well played. The Dark Templar didn't get spotted just quite yet, I believe. Okay, there we go. Now so he's fully aware. A single Spore Crawler in the natural base. None yet in the main base, though. Alright. Patience. It looks like he's once again finding a ton of damage this way. Oh, that Dark Templar, though, not really on the mark. Not really being aware of the full plan here. Okay, now going to be able to target down more drones over there as well. A lot of probes, drones in the third base as well. Getting destroyed. Is even going to finish the shade into the main base right on top of the roaches. No fear whatsoever here from the purple Protoss. It looks like he will be able to tie up this series here. Very well played, even getting that third base behind us, of course. So, I mean, just killing these works is more than enough. Rogue's going to have to do one hell of a miracle. He's going to have to walk on the water here to fix this situation somehow, some way. And even then, I mean, there's no water. There's no water in StarCraft, guys. So what is a man supposed to do? What is a man supposed to do when even a miracle is out of the question? Blink. Alright, sure. Let's get Blink as well. Let's just do it. This base is so incredibly low. The main base as well. I'm a bit surprised that none of those actually did get destroyed. But, oh well. Right, Rogue, I mean, it's a valiant effort to stay in this. He lost 38 workers in total. He's behind now with a grand total of 12 workers as well. Okay, it's kind of stabilizing now, but he's droning up like a mad lad. But of course, it's 3 base versus 3 base. The economy is in shambles, and he doesn't really have a big army either to do counter-aggression with. He's still struggling with the War Prism too. Still taking occasional damage there. Needs to keep a good portion of his forces as well in that third base. Losing that right now is just going to be the last nail in the coffin here. No question asked. And it looks like that is exactly what will be coming up here pretty darn soon. The Army of Patience. Once again, the Sentries, the Immortals, together with the Adepts, reminiscent of the first game in the first series. Let's see if it will be once again more than enough to destroy all the chances here for Rogue. Nice dodges on those biles. Needs to get on top of this ramp still though, of course. There's the shade forcing a lot of the roaches away. Still definitely helping him getting on top of this ramp right here. Losing a couple of those sentries. The Adepts actually finished the shades. Nice force fields there. Catching a lot of those roaches blinking on forward. That should be the end of this here, guys. I think once again, right. Right. There it is. Okay, GG. Well played. Patience once again winning Eternal Empire. Being able to take the series back into a equal setting. And imagine being Rogue right now, already beating a player in a best of 3. Being able to take the first game in the next series. And then suddenly it's tied up again. It comes down to one final game right here, right now. Depending on who's going to be moving forwards. Who's going to be able to get the real money in this tournament. and be settled in with the second group stage. Following awesome players, of course, such as Cure, Armani, Innovation, and Ragnarok already waiting there. Oh, and Stats, of course, now as well, onwards from today. And then potentially, on Sunday, July 5th, we'll be having another group, of course. I think that's going to be a great one, honestly. If you're into TVC, then that's going to be your day. We have Solar, we have Dream, we have Scarlet, and we have Time. Dream, of course, really showing in the GSL recently, achieving the round of 16, being able to beat some very tough opponents there, showing some great games. Very aggressive overall, so I'm wondering if that's what we're going to be seeing as well. Yeah, of course, that will be happening on Sunday, on July 5th at 2 p.m. CEST. That's the European time, so keep that in mind. It starts at the same time as the day started, so maybe you can kind of learn from that. Just kind of figure it out, hopefully. Has Rogue played yet? Yes, we have seen Rogue play, let's see, versus Patience in best of 3. We've seen him play against Stats in a best of 3. And now, again, we're seeing him play in a best of 3 versus Patience in the rematch. And he needs to just win one more game here. Let's wait and see if this is going to be it. And I hope we are not going to get interrupted by ads here. Fingers crossed. I guess if you don't want to be interrupted by ads, then you might want to refresh the stream right now, and then probably you'll get a pre-roll ad thingamajig. Anyway, if you want to make it sure. Alright, score is 1-1. We're back on Ice and Chrome, the map that Rogue did manage to win here. If our memory serves me right, we saw a pylon with a gateway right here from Patience. It got scouted by Rogue, and everything fell apart immediately afterwards. Will it be a similar story this time around? Let's wait it out and see what this purple Protoss right here from Team LP will be able to achieve. He is Patience. Scroll in a little bit further there. There we go. Let's do this, do the ultimate observing job right here. Right, in the top right side, we have the Red Zerg fighting for Jinna Greenwings. He needs to get things sorted once again. He is Rogue. Give us the Ursadon cam. Alright, alright. Hold up. Where's that bad boy? We need to see him. We can't see him without the thingamajig, right? Is he here? Is he here? We don't know. He's lost. You don't see them, right? If nobody else sees them, even as a spectator. Yeah. Where is he? Is he here on the third base? Ursadon. Oh, no, not there either. Bottom right and top left only. Is it here? We'll just wait. We'll just wait over here. We'll sit patiently. Waiting for somebody to spot the Ursadon. Alright. Patience. Patience, patience, patience. What's a man gotta do to win a PvZ? And will he be able to figure it out? Will he be able to squeeze out one more victory here and get the redemption going for himself? I mean, it's definitely not looking like 5% here. I think that is something we can agree upon right now. It doesn't look like Rogue. In what way doesn't it look like Rogue? Rogue. I'm pretty sure that's him. Pretty sure. To be fair though, it's been a while since Rogue has kind of been in the top shape. I've heard stories about Rogue not having the most of motivation to do the practice that he wants to. Oh well, I guess he doesn't want to at this point. Or that he once wanted to. So that is kind of bothering him in a sense. He's not finding the same motivation, which is a sad story, honestly. But personally, I think that he is coming back around with it a little bit again. I think he is bringing it back, and he is doing some good stuff here. And also just kind of, you know what, resettling into the scene. It's rough, man. It's rough. It's a very competitive game. It's a tough game. And you can kind of see why. Let's see if he figures this one out. More Adept Glaives coming on in. Relentless. Relentless with the Adept aggression. There's no use of the pylon this time around, though. Oh yeah, that's right. The previous time we saw as well the Dark Shrine being a big use, right, on this map. He went for a Dark Shrine before he even went with the Adept Glaives. He completely skipped the robotics facility, which is why we had this pylon on the bottom right side. He's not taking that risk right now, so that's already a coin toss that he doesn't have to win in that sense. Which is helping him out, I suppose. But then again, this does mean that it's a little bit more normal and a little bit more the way that Rogue probably has faced it so many more times already as well. And seeing the production tab already, we have a Roach on the way. Now, it's only a single Roach, but definitely looks like Rogue is not taking as many chances this time around as he was in that game number 2 in this series right here. He has a good amount of links. Needs to stay on top of the shades. There we go. Okay, good job so far. Opposed to Scarlet's retrospectives? I think so. Yeah, sure. Oh, there we go. There's Adepts. Getting 2 workers so far. Oh boy, there they are. Dark Templar. Needs to get himself the Overseer right here somewhere. He doesn't have a lay attack yet though. So that's difficult. That's spores. The spore in this base not available though, of course. I think the Adepts may have killed it. Let me double check that. Yeah, so the Adepts killed that spore crawler. Oh my dear lord, drones against the Dark Templar, never a good sign either. 6 workers already going down, but I suppose with the amount of Dark Templar that are invested with this, I'm not sure if that's worth it, really. If it was just the Adepts, I'd say this was a great spot, but just this on its own. Alright, now it's getting there. It's getting there, right? Denying this third base mining as well. Still being a bit of a pain. And getting out of there. Oh, wait. Oh, there we go. Hello, buddy. We waited a long time to see you. Right, did we get him? Did we get him good? National Geographic will be happy with these shots right here. Will be paid handsomely. From these new perspectives into the lives of the Ursidon. Can players interact with it? Yeah, they can. They can shoot it. They can force field it. They can surround it, I suppose. Ooh, cancel on that third. Nice job there. Patience not really having Adepts now, of course, because he kind of spent a lot of money on those Dark Templar, which have become the Archons right now. So yeah, also losing those 9 Adepts, which means it's a little bit tricky to hold this base here. He might get another cancel. Are you kidding me? He might get another cancel here with this little pack of links right now. Okay, no. Whew. I swear, if that was going to happen a third time, I would lose my bananas. Killing off some overlords here. Get done what you can get done, of course. But looking at the... I mean, even with 12 workers killed, right? Was it all worth it here for... oh my god, we're just having a massive Roach flux. Okay, hold up. Hold the phone, guys. There's 5 overlords in the production tab right now. Rogue's absolutely going for it. He wants to finish it off right here, right now. Didn't go for a 4th base. Here we go. Alright, force fields are pretty strong. The Biles as well, though, landing in the middle of that pack of small Protoss forces. You need this Nexus to be completed to do a shield battery overcharge. I don't play Protoss enough. I'm not completely certain. Alright, here we go. That's a lot of shield batteries, though. I think Patience might be able to hold on here. Just barely. Being able to whittle down the Zergling count now as well, thanks to those Archons. And the Immortal stands strong against the Roaches. Holds on tightly. And that is a wonderful position now for our purple Protoss. Rogue thinking that may have been a little bit easier than it actually turned out to be. The long distance walking, of course, helps him out against the Dark Templar. It helps him out against the Adepts as well. But it's kind of a sword that cuts two ways, right? The Roach is taking a lot longer to get over across to that third base, and a lot more shield batteries will be done and ready. Alright, now Patience, what will be his follow-up, right? He held that attack off, he dealt some reasonable damage. He knows his opponent now in a tough situation. He needs to get some stuff done. Very likely that he's just going to drone up. Or very likely that he's just going to go for a big counter-attack here. Well, a second wave of the counter-attack, I suppose. We'll have to see. Oh, kills his own creep tomb in there. Over what you want to see. And... I mean, yes, that is half army supply, but I mean, it was Immortals, it was Archons, it was a lot of sentries, and I mean, how many? That is 6 shield batteries as well. It's another 600 minerals just invested. That's the scary place to fight, honestly. Almost makes you think, like, if Rogue came in from this angle right here, maybe put the pressure on this base. It would have turned out differently, because Patience would have had a rough time making use of those shield batteries, but very well played that by Patience. It could have gone both ways, honestly. I think if you allow those players a couple of times to try that fight again, right? If you reset that fight with the same units, I think Rogue would have been able to make it work in some cases, but this time around, Patience just having enough stuff. Because I do believe we had a good amount of roaches just kind of in the mineral line. I think he was trying to snipe the probes. Just kind of get a bit greedy, perhaps, with dealing economic damage before he really won the fight. And it didn't do that much economic damage at all overall, because he spread out his forces too thin. The firepower. He's losing a lot of overlords here as well, actually, guys. 10 overlords already in total. And, well, here we go, a second wave. Those bios being pretty darn solid, but, oh, okay, well, the Disruptor not finding that much damage. That one neither. One shot remains for now, then, of course, another one will be coming in. Oh, well, there we go. 2 shots remain, and the others are about to be ready again, I suppose. Pretty soon, lurkers are required for this situation, quite desperately. Trying to get those out and about, but it's not going to be the case here. The Warp Prism as well on the top left side. At the same time, doing a bit of harassment. Rogue in a lot of trouble. The ref just jumping into the Disruptor balls. Oh, might get the Warp Prism here. That would be a big deal. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, no, come on, come on. There it is. Yeah, that was close. Best esports casters of all time, man. I cannot argue with that. I think there's plenty of people that are, you know what, better than I am at the overall casting thing. It would make sense as well. And then I suppose a lot of it is on taste as well. It's all good. It's all good, my dude. You can say whatever the hell you want right now. Okay, so Rogue going for a bit of a counter-offensive with these links right here. Of course, with the amount of static defenses available, might take him a while to really get stuff sorted. Oh, Disruptor just barely not hitting that lurker there. Right, more Zealots coming on through. Come on. It's a weird situation once again. I think Patience definitely, you know what, definitely in a more positive light, I would say. As he does have a higher supply, he has a higher base count, he has good upgrades too. And he's getting himself the Stargate now as well, so he's getting the ultimate late game composition for Protoss, I believe. And he's fighting against the Zerg that's kind of strapped for cash, hurting for the dough. Oh, that's a nice bile. There we go, that's kind of what you need, right? A couple more of those, and maybe he's going to be able to get himself back into a winnable position here. There is lurkers on this base as well, so the Zealot run by probably won't get too much done. Oh, another massive disruptor shot there, though. And Rogue, yeah, he doesn't want to give up here. I do not blame him, of course. After this one, he is going to be just out completely of the tournament, and that would be such a shame. It's already a player he managed to beat once, and now he might just lose against him in the second round. Now, that's the worst feeling, guys. That is just the absolute worst. Feeling very good about the first initial series, and then, you know what? Just barely not being able to inch out the victory in the second time you fight against him. It kind of feels like, well, we're going towards where we're heading towards. But, I mean, to be fair, we still have a good amount of lurkers. We have the Vipers now as well, right? I mean, it's still not a favorable fight here in any sense of the word for Rogue. But he does kind of have the units that if you were somehow, some way to manage to get a comeback going, I think this is the way to do it, right? He is taking those necessary steps. The Vipers need to be super efficient, need to grab themselves the disruptors continuously to not allow those free trades continuously, and that's what's happening right there. So good trading there. And he has the lurkers as well to kind of hold back the gateway army. Oh, but nice connections once more. He's losing the lurkers left, right, and center here. That is indeed a problem. 12 lurkers already have gone down. Look at the overall units lost tab here. That's rough. That is rough. Alright. Rogue on the ropes. Wait a moment, there's another Ursidon right here. I thought you said there were only 2 of them. There's the one over it. Look at that! There's another one. Unless he went for a big walk. A stroll through the park. Well, I guess he's not here anymore. Alright, I'm getting distracted by the Ursidons now. How many lurks do we have? Okay, we have 12. That's a reasonable amount. 4 Vipers as well. I mean, Rogue's definitely getting himself into a winnable position again. Slowly. Very slowly, but he kind of stemmed the bleeding, right? In a way. He stopped the continuous advance of Patience. And he is starting to stabilize this base as well. Oy, 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 this is rough though. That's unfortunate timing of those lurks to be moving out there. Alright, we'll be able to clean this up, but again, losing a good amount of lurkers there. It's not what he wants to be have happening at this moment in time. And there they are. There they go. In again, these circlings not trading out all that well. Okay, Vipers attempting to get the disruptors once again closer in. There we go. So we'll be denying those shots. No, come back here. Ooh, a bit of a... What's happening there? Not sure. Hope we didn't go on a weird overlay thingamajig. Alright, apologies guys. I'm not sure what happened there. Regardless. Alright. Rogue holding on by the skin of his teeth. Will he be able to keep this going? The upgrades are looking okay for him. But time is ticking, of course. Those carriers are now coming into play as well. And lurkers do not do all that well against carriers. Here, once again, trading out pretty okay with the... okay, loses the Archons, though. He's still behind on the overall units lost count. And that is... that's impressive for Rogue. I mean... He's winning this by being cost efficient. Yeah, he's not being more cost efficient. Which is a weird thing to say, but I kind of feel like that's what's happening here. How many shots do you need to kill a Zergling? That's a High Templar. Right, here we go. Actually getting the Hydras now underneath the carriers. We'll be able to pick off at least one of them. The Storm's coming into play as well. And this is looking okay for Rogue. Suddenly, he's got himself a foothold. He's got static defenses here as well. Not enough to hold on those against the army that is pushing on through, though. It looks like Patience will be able to start ramping up the damage across the map here as well. But at the same time, the production facility for Patience, they are under siege. We don't have any lurkers remaining here at home anymore, though. boy. See if they have skin. Yes. They do. No, they do. Okay, so that is actually cleaned up here. The attack for Rogue still going strong though on the other side of the map. The Vipers are low on energy, mostly Zealots right now on this ramp area. That's going to be absolutely incredibly bad for Patience. Look at the amount of supply he's losing right there in that one little corridor. The Lurkers really paying well for themselves. A lot of Archons being morphed there. One carrier. That may have just been it, guys. He's trying to save his production, but I don't think that was the right way to do it. More Ravagers now being created as well. Set up on top of this ramp here. Let's see how well he does against the Archons. Nice blinding clouds. Okay, yeah, he won't be able to do that. And he taps out. Oh, my dear lord. Alright, he actually taps out here. I need to go back there. Did I miss something? Was he losing drones there as well? Because it felt like he was doing alright. Wasn't really, right? Pausing it. Alright, well, okay, well. Alright. Patience still taking it. He realized. Alright. There we go. He got it. I got scared there. Zerg Teeth with skin lost this. Who knows? Who knows how it happens? Who knows? Oh, man. That got close, though, in the end. That got exciting. Patience, in the end, taking it. So, Rogue, I don't think he felt that comfortable anymore. I guess we can look at the overall graphs as well. I don't know if it was necessarily already completely lost there. He did get on top of the production. He did manage to get a pretty reasonable trade, but overall the Archon count, I think there were still some Immortals. The carrier there, yeah, Rogue just not feeling it anymore, and he taps out. Gives Patience the GG there, and you know what, that is Patience now as well, moving on through. We have 2 Protoss, we have 2 Zergs, and we have 2 Terrans waiting in the second group stage. I mean, what more could we ask for? I suppose having a Protoss in the next group would be nice, but I suppose this is what we're getting. Very well played there by Stats and Patience. Very cool game there in the end. That was awesome to see. Rogue needed more bases. Yeah, I think that might be right. Yeah, exactly. I think I agree with you there. And Rogue just not having the infrastructure anymore. The Zealot run by did do enough damage in his eye, and that's why he tapped out. Alright, so yeah. Thank you all for watching. We'll be back here with Group C, which I'll show you right here. Actually, the rest of this tournament that is coming up. There we go. Oh wait, Group D, sorry guys. Group D will be happening. Solar, Dream, Scarlet, and Time. I'm very much looking forward to this one. Solar Dream, oh my dear lords, are you kidding me? Yes, please, sign me up. And Scarlet versus Time, Alright, I am down. I am down to see that one. Alright, this is the last shout out as well for the Matcherino page, of course. That is happening right over here. We still have a good amount of Matcherino codes. I believe it's AX500DJ. If you type !Matcherino in the chat, that should bring it up for you. And yeah, alright, would be much appreciated, guys. Alright, so right, this was an awesome day, guys. This was a great day. Thank you all so much for all the support that you guys shown. It's incredibly much appreciated. And we're going to be looking at who we can throw you guys towards to get things sorted. Alright, let's get us sorted out. Alright, who are we hosting here? Who are we hosting? Anyone else having any ideas on who to host? Let me see if... wait, I gotta do this first. Alright, so we don't get Twitch suddenly screaming through the thingamajig. Let me see the Alpha X overall thing, if there's anybody casting or doing something from our own community. Streaming. It's always... There's so many channels. It's sometimes difficult to see. Twitch links, what's it called? Alpha Streamers, there we go. Sound, no, wait, that's the wrong one. Too many to count. Holy hit? Holy hit could be good, yeah. Let me just double check. Bel-Air. Oh wait, who's casting the B stream right now? Is it Grant and Creighton again? Is Grant feeling better? We might just do the B stream for ESR. I just feel good about hosting those boys. They're pretty cool boys. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna be doing those. They do a lot of stuff for us as well, so let's give you guys to them. Alright. Oh, that is still going on. We'll see. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you had a good time. And we'll be back next Sunday, of course. We'll be back tomorrow as well, but that will be on our FreeCat TV's channel. Zest versus Cure will be happening, a best of 9 on that one. Which will be happening at 10 AM CEST. I hope to see you there as well. And otherwise, see you next Sunday. Alright. Love you all. Goodbye. Have a good one.